cared before.
Hi, Doc. Okie dokie. I'll just come in on Panama. What with Velco? Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. Is it a free game? It's called Slither. Okay. Well, I'm looking. I'm opening it up now. Have a look. Oh, says an error has occurred. The script on this page. And a message come up. Script error. Script. 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 Nope. Okay, I think it's coming in now. Actually, some of the reason it started. Yeah, it's coming in. Why don't we play? Have a look. Come back out. Okay. Okay. Well, goes again. Okay. Right. Okay. Look. Put in my name. No, I don't have Chrome. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. I've got it. Yeah. No, not really. Don't like it very much. What I'm doing, I'll just add it to my favourites. Right, done it. It's not running properly. Well, I've got it up, and the mouse is a huge, great mouse. Sorry, huge, great whatever you want to call it. and it's moving very slowly. I can't get it to change direction.
I'd rather be at home doing ball rips, but I'm just being.
That's a huge mouse. It's actually enormous. Do you put your name in it? Because it comes up here, I think, with a... Oh, I see. I did. I think that's what buggered it up. Oh, I've got a nickname. Yeah, okay. Put that in. It won't play. Change the graphics to high. Yeah, well, it started on low, but it's now on high. But the trouble is, the game still won't play. Look. Okay, I'm opening the link. Right. The only thing I've got to get my Google password. At the moment, I've lost my password, but I've got to find it, so I can't play it at the moment. But I've still got it in my favourites anyway. Go into it sometime. Second, let's have a go. I'm clicking on those links. No, they won't. Oh, yes, it will. The third one works. No, it's no good. It comes up with the Google sign in. It's not accepting my email address, and I've got to find my book to see. Well, not my email address. Sorry. Old dogs. Old dogs. I could earlier on, but I can't seem to do it now. It's opening the link. No, nothing's happening. No, I'm opening the link. I've got a choice of 3 links here. Yeah, but I got a choice of 3. The first one is dark slither.io.com.slithero. The other one is just slither.io, and the other one is www.youtube. US video. That's the 3. No, just a second. Let's have a look. Looks like it's trying to now, actually. It comes up slither.io, eat to grow, don't run into other players. It's also looking here for a name. I believe there's like a purple strip just here. No, no. What it wants a nickname actually. Wants a nickname. Right, let's have a go. Let's have a go. Right now, okay. I've got a screen up now. I've got a mouse, and it's following my pointer now on the screen. Okay, it is now working. Yeah, it is working. Yeah. What do you do? Oh, I see. I just drove into another one and it burst. Oh, I see. Okay, I did it again. Okay. Yeah, I'll have another look, see if I can see it. No, it's let's have a look, let's have a look, let's have a look. Is there anything else down here? Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm just going to try it again. Actually, I seem to have problems getting the damn thing to start. No, it's working fine. Right, let's try this again. Ooh. What? Right. Right. Okay. I've got control of my little slither again now. Everything's stopped now. It's very in slow motion. Very strange. No, I can't actually. I've tried it, but it just won't do it. Yeah, open the link, but nothing else happens, to be honest. See what happens again. No. Blank screen. Very odd. Yeah, it's showing YouTube in the taskbar at the top of the screen, obviously, but I can't actually get into it. Well, normally I can. I don't have any problems with YouTube. But on this occasion, I can't seem to bloody well get in it. I don't know why. Okay, well, I'm into YouTube now. Okay, what is it? Okay, I'm just going to write that down. I see it at the moment. Write that down. Right, X.
User disconnected from your channel. User joined your channel.
Yeah. No, I just lost it from a clicked on the wrong bloody icon, didn't I? Silly bugger. Anyway, I've got it back. Right, I've wrote that code you gave down, that Xnalism 99. Is it? Ah. Okay, we'll see. I think I said it before. Anyway, let's have a go at this. That's odd. Right. Well, I've got a picture now on my screen that says Squad John over that. No, Squad Join, sorry. No, hang on. I'm on live stream now. I've what I've got now, I've got a loads of icons on the screen. Maybe they're your icons, I don't know. Hang on, it's just changed. There's quick match settings, bots, Falco, Steve level 1, bots dark. On the picture on my screen now, I've got Falco's name up as leader. Then there's dark. There's 3 empty slots below it. Yeah, I can see your mouse moving around. But I can see you moving your mouse about. Yeah, you're moving the mouse about now. Leave squad. Yeah, right. I've got a load of different pictures up in there. Battlefield 1. Moving the mouse about now. Yep. No, This has come later. Oh, now I've got some. Oh no, hang on, it's changing a lot now. Loads of different games coming up. Right, it's all just been. Oh, hang on, there's something come up now called Dawnbreaker. Dawnbreaker Conquest, whatever that is. Yeah. I come out of that. Right, I come out of that. What I'm going to do actually, I'm looking to Google and Dawnbreaker, see what happens. Must be a game actually. Yeah, it is. Oh, there's loads and loads and loads of different pictures on the bottom of the screen. Yeah, it's a game. Strange, isn't it? Anyway. Don't know why. No, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know why it's doing it, but where's Felco tonight? Right. I'm just going to go into bad company now, see what's going on. Oh, you must be tired. Currently battlefield now. See who's playing. Servers. Let's have a look. Oh, it's hardly anyone playing at the moment. In the American version. I'll look at Europe. So what's got in Europe. Yeah, there's a few. Oh, there's quite a few more people playing in Europe at the moment. Yeah, there's loads of people. Have you ever bothered with the Europe servers? Right. Yeah, there's one playing now. Panama Canal's German. 4 people playing out of 12. There's another Panama Canal. 32 players playing. Harvest Day, 32 players playing. Erica Harbour, 27 players playing. There's quite a few. Yeah. I may, if no one comes on about that next 10 minutes, I'll possibly turn off and then come back tomorrow night. I've got a couple of films I want to watch on TV. Well, on the DVD anyway, so. Let's go back into America. Okay, yeah. One play. Right, you got 32 players, heavy metal playing, as per usual. Got one player playing the Laguna Alta. Laguna Alta is a very good map, actually. Have you played that one? Laguna Alta. I like Laguna Alta and Laguna Pressa, but out of the two, out of all of them, I think, as I said before, I think Panama Canal is the best one. I do like that one. I like the fact that you've got 4 places to capture. Some places you've only got 3. Have a look. Yeah. Yeah, heavy metal seems quite successful tonight. A lot of your guys playing on heavy metal. Quite good, actually. Good support on that one. Right, okay then. Well, I'm going to be playing now in Europe for a while. Got a few servers open. I don't see you until late. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
User disconnected from your channel. disconnected.
Immortal technique. Revolutionary Volume 2. Yeah. Broadcasting live from Harlem, New York. Let the truth be known. You better watch what the fuck flies out of your mouth, or I'ma hijack a plane and fly it into your house. Burn your apartment with your family tied to the couch and slit your throat so when you scream, only blood comes out. I doubt that there could ever be a more wicked MC, cause AIDS-infested child molesters are even sicker than me. I see the world for what it is, beyond the white and the black. The way the government downplays historical facts, cause the United States sponsored the rise of the Third Reich, just like the CIA trained terrorists how to fight, build bombs and sneak box cutters onto a flight. When I was a child, the devil himself bought me a mic, but I refused to offer, cause God sent me to strike with skills unused like fallopian tubes in a dike. My words will expose George Bush and Bin Laden as two separate parts of the same seven-headed dragon, and you can't fathom the truth, so you don't hear me. You think Illuminati's just a fucking conspiracy theory? That's why conservative racists are all running shit, and your phone is tapped by the federal government. So I'm jamming frequencies in your brain when you speak to me. Technique, a rip a rapper to pieces indecently. Pack weapons illegally, cause I'm never hesitant. Sniper scoping a commission, controlling the president. Father, forgive them, for they don't know right from wrong. The truth is set you free, written down in a song, and the song has the cause of death written in code. The word of God brought to light that'll save your soul. Save your soul, motherfucker. Save your soul. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hacked the Pentagon for self-incriminating evidence of Republican manufactured white powder pestilence, Marine Corps flak vest with the guns and ammo, spitting bars like a demon stuck inside a piano. Turn a Sambo into a soldier with just one line. So here's the truth about the system that'll fuck up your mind. They gave Al-Qaeda $6 billion in 1989 to 1992, and now the last chapters of Revelations are coming true. And I know a lot of people find it hard to swallow this, cause subliminal bigotry makes you hate my politics, but you act like America wouldn't destroy 2 buildings in a country that was sponsoring bombs dropped on our children. I was watching the towers, and though I wasn't the closest, I saw them crumble to the earth like they were full of explosives, and they thought nobody noticed the news report that they did about the bombs planted on the George Washington Bridge. 4 non-Arabs arrested during the emergency, and then it disappeared from the news permanently. They dubbed the tape of Osama, and they said it was proof. Jealous of our freedom, I can't believe you bought that excuse. Rocking a motherfucking flag don't make you a hero. Word to ground zero. The devil crept into heaven. God overslept on the 7th. The new world order was born on September 11th. Father, forgive them, for they don't know right from wrong. The truth is set you free, written down in a song, and the song has the cause of death written in code. The word of God brought to light that'll save your soul. Save your soul, motherfucker. Save your soul. And just so conservatives don't take it to heart, I don't think Bush did it cause he isn't that smart. He's just a stupid puppet taking orders on his cell phone from the same people that sabotaged Senator Wellstone. The military industry got it popping and locking, looking for a way to justify the Wolfowitz doctrine. And as a matter of fact, Rumsfeld, now that I think back, without 9/11 you couldn't have a war in Iraq or a defense budget picture the world conquest proportions. Kill freedom of speech and revoke the right to abortion. Tax cut extortion, a blessing to the wealthy and wicked. But you still have the answer to the Armageddon you scripted. And Dick Cheney, you fucking leech, tell them your plans about building your pipelines through Afghanistan and how Israeli troops train the Taliban in Pakistan. You might have some house niggas fooled, but I understand colonialism is sponsored by corporations. That's why Halliburton gets paid to rebuild nations. Tell me the truth, I don't scare into paralysis. I know the CIA saw Bin Laden on dialysis in '98 when he was top 10 for the FBI. Government ties is really why the government lies. Read it yourself instead of asking the government why. Cause then the cause of death, the cause the propaganda to die.
He's scheduled for 60 minutes next. He's going on French, British, Italian, Japanese television. People everywhere are starting to listen to him. It's embarrassing.
Way to becoming a college graduate. Wouldn't even stop to talk to the average kid. The type of Latina I'd sit and contemplate marriage with. Fuck the horse and carriage shit, her love was never for hire. Disciplined intellectual beauty's what I desire. Flyer than Selma Hayek or Jennifer Lopez. Everyone told me kicking it to her was hopeless. At first I just thought she didn't mess with broke kids. The thug niggas always talking about how they smoke kids, but the rich sniff coke kids got no play. I'm not even interested what her body language would say. Everyone around the way gave up trying to get in it, cause didn't matter how good your game was, she wasn't with it. All the block bitches was jealous but wouldn't admit it. Talk shit and deny to everyone that they did it, cause they regretted the long list of niggas that they let hit it. And no one ever gave them shit except McDonald's and Diddick. Smoking weed with thoughts of envy whenever they lit it. She spoke intelligently and they bit it, always trying to copy, but when they tried to use her vocab they sounded sloppy. She had a style all her own, respectful and pure. I was sick in the head for her and there wasn't a cure. Brown and beautiful, yet empty and sad. I used to talk to her occasionally and she was glad that I wasn't just another nigga trying to get in it. So every now and then we'd stop and talk for a minute. I didn't have a gimmick, so the minutes turned to hours. On her birthday, I gave her a poem with flowers. Then I took her out to dinner after her cousin's baby shower. We talked about power to the people and such. We spent more time together, but it was never enough. I never tried to sneak a touch or even cop a feel. I was too interested in keeping it real, perfectly honest and complete. She would always call me cariño and never technique. Bought me a new book to read every 2 or 3 weeks, forever changing the expression of my thoughts when I speak. It was because of her I even deaded all of my freaks. She convinced me to stop hanging out on the streets, to stop robbing and stealing from people like you. Instead I took her out to the Apollo and the Bronx Zoo, Museo del Barrio and the Metropolitan too. got to the point where I was either with her or my crew. So I decided one day to tell her my feelings was true. I couldn't live without her, so I told her face of my fears. But honey's only response was a face full of tears. She could only sob hysterically, holding me tight. I tried to speak, but she wouldn't stop until I left sight. I felt like a moth who got himself too close to the light. Except I didn't burn, I turned cold after that night. My career ended up locked up like an animal for a year, where the COs talk to you like they were the overseer. Then I got sent to the hole when my exit was near. At night in my cell, I'd close my eyes and I'd see her, hold her close in my dreams. But when I woke, she disappeared. Just an empty cell until the state gave me parole. In the summer, came back intact and on track. But the fact of the matter is I still felt cold. Even after my mother hugged me crying at home, my real niggas would catch me thinking out of my zone, fucking lots of different women. But I still felt alone, relatively well known around the New York underground. But I kept thinking of her and how we used to be down. The sound of her voice and the beautiful smell of her hair. Though gone physically, somehow it was still there. I had to do something because the shit was too much to bear. So I went and visited the building where she used to live. The world looks a lot different after you do a bid. Your way of life done changed, while primitive minds are still stuck in the same game. Like her cousin who was on the corner slinging cocaine, stepped in the lobby and tapped the button next to her last name. Her mom buzzed me up and hugged me up like a mother order, but her facial expression changed when I asked about her daughter.
No man, my fate is all planned. Just to know you, to be loved and I'm lost, just to hold you all now. Can't find a reason why God came between you and I. If I had the chance again, I'd never let you go. Hold tight to your love, 'cause you never know.
She told me that there was a note for me that was left behind, and she had left it there waiting for such a long time. I was inclined to ask about it, but she brought it up first. I saw a tear swelling up in her eye, and then she cursed. She told me where the letter was, and I started thinking the worst. Reversed my position, stepped over and opened the door, and sure enough there was an envelope with my name on the floor. Nobody loves you more than me, cariño's what the letter said. By the time you get to read this, I'll probably be dead. But when you left in '97, a part of me went to heaven. I thank God at least I got to know what love really was. But it hurt me to see what true love really does. Cause even though we never made love, you were all that there was. It was because I loved you so much that I had to make you leave. You made me doubt the way I thought, you made me wanna believe. And then I slipped up and I let you get close to me. It was hard to not be openly when people spoke to me. This was not the way I thought my life was supposed to be. Baby, don't you see? I had a blood transfusion that left me with HIV. Hope didn't exist for me since late in 1993. I died a virgin. I wish I could have given myself to you. I cried in the hospital cause there was no one else but you. Promise that you'll meet me in paradise inevitably. No matter what, I'll keep your love forever with me. What happened for the rest of the day is still a blur, but I remember wishing that I was dead instead of her. She was buried on August 3rd. The story ends without a sequel, and now you know our technique. Don't fucking fall in love with people. Hold the person that you love closely if they're next to you. The one you love, not the person that simply has sex with you. Appreciate them to the fullest extent, and then beyond, cause you never really know what you got until it's gone. flooded in white powder, like those motherfuckers running away from the Twin Towers. Gunshots rock the earth like a meteor shower. Bowling for Columbine fair, giving the media power. Innocence devoured like a chicken spot snack box. Government cocaine cooked into ghetto crack rock. Corrupt cops, false testimony at your arraignment. Check the check, constant struggle to make the payments. Working your whole life wondering where the day went. The subway stays packed like a multicultural slave ship. It's rush hour, 2:30 to 8, non-stopping. And people coming home after corporate sharecropping and fuck flossing. Mothers are trying to feed children, but gentrification is kicking them out of they building a generation of babies born without health care. Families homeless, thrown the fuck off the welfare. The killing fields uptown. We live in distress and hang the flag upside down. The sound of conservative politicians on television. People in the hood are blind, so they tell us to listen. They vote for us to go to war instantly, but none of their kids serve in the infantry. The odds are stacked against us like a casino. Think about it, most of the army is black and Latino. And if you can't acknowledge the reality of my words, you just another stupid motherfucker out on the curb, trying to escape from the ghetto with your ignorant ways. But you can't read history at an illiterate stage, and you can't raise a family on minimum wage. Why the fuck you think most of us are locked in a cage? I give niggas the truth, cause they pride is indigent. You better off rich and guilty than poor and innocent. But I'm sick of feeling impotent, watching the world burn in the era of apocalypse, waiting my turn. I'm a Harlem nigga that's concerned with the future, and if you're in my way, it'd be an honor to shoot ya, uproot ya with the evil that grows in my people, making them deceitful, cannibalistic and lethal. But I see through the mentality implanted in us, and I educate my fam about who we should trust. Homicide, Harlem, Blair, what's the problem? Homicide, Harlem, Blair, what's the problem? Homicide, Harlem, Blair, what's the problem? Homicide, Harlem, Blair, what's the problem?
And so, in my State of the Union, or my speech to the nation, whatever you want to call it, speech to the nation, I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully. And America needs a military where our best and brightest are proud to serve and proud to stay. If you're a single mother with 2 children, which is the toughest job in America as far as I'm concerned, and you're working hard to put food on your family, rarely is the question asked, is our children learning? Too many good docs are getting out of business. Too many OBGYNs aren't able to practice their love with women all across the country. See, I don't think you can be. There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, fool me once, shame on you. You fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Yeah. Immortal technique. El DJ Green Lantern. Third world motherfucker. I'm from where the golden diamonds are ripped from the earth. Right next to the slave castles where the water is cursed. From where police brutality's not half as nice. It makes the hood in America look like paradise. Compared to the AIDS-infested Caribbean slum. African streets with a passport's an American gun. From where they massacre people and try to keep it quiet. And spend the next 25 years trying to deny it. I'm from where they cut your hands off if you make a fist. And niggas throw coca cause the job market doesn't exist. No. Except slave labor, modern day company store. And peacekeepers don't ever come here no more. From where the bombs that they used to drop on Vietnam still has children born deformed 8 months before they gone. I'm from where they lost the true meaning of the Quran. Cause heroin is not compatible with Islam. And niggas know that but grow that poppy seed anyway. Cause that food trap parachute does not come every day. I'm from where people pray to the gods of their conquerors. And practically every president's a money launderer. From where the only place democracy's acceptable is if America's candidate is electable. And they might even have a black president, but he's useless cause he does not control the economy, stupid. Lock and load your gun where I'm from, the third world. Signed to many places, but I'm third world born. Gorillas hit and run where I'm from, the third world, son. You polluted everything and now the third world's gone. The water's poison where I'm from, the third world, son. 700 children died by the end of soul. Revolution to come where I'm from, the third world, son. Constant occupation leaves the third world torn. I'm from where the Catholic Church is some racist shit. They help Europe and America rape this bitch. They pray to white Spanish Jesus, whose face is this? But never talk about the black Pope Galatius. I'm from where Soviet weapons still decide elections. Militaries like the mafia, you pay for protection. Catamite sex clauses with the country sells. And rich white businessmen make the best clientele. I'm from where they too pussy to come film Survivor. And they murder Coca-Cola union organizers. I'm from where the justice system está podrido. Fuck government, niggas politic over perico. Rebelde conocido, enterrado vivo. Como otro argentino desaparecido. Cause RICO laws don't apply to the CIA. And motherfuckers make sneakers for a quarter a day. I'm from where they overthrow democratic leaders. Not for the people, but for the Wall Street Journal readers. From where blacks, indigenous peoples, and Asians were once slaves of the Caucasians. And it's amazing how they trained them to be racist against themselves in the place they was raised in. You kept us caged in, destroyed our culture and said that you civilized us. Raped our women and when we were born, you despised us. Gentrified us, agent provocateur divide us. And crucified every revolutionary messiah. So I'ma start a global riot that not even your fake anti-communist dictators can keep quiet. Fuck your charity medicine trying to murder me. The immunizations you gave us were full of mercury. So now I see the third world like the rap game soldier. Nationalize the industry and take it over. Lock and load your gun where I'm from, the third world. Signed to many places, but I'm third world born. Gorillas hit and run where I'm from, the third world, son. You polluted everything and now the third world's gone. The water's poison where I'm from, the third world, son. 700 children died by the end of the song. Revolution to come where I'm from, the third world, son. Constant occupation leaves the third world torn. Yeah. Concrete jump. I once knew a nigga whose real name was William. His primary concern was making $1 million, being the illest hustler that the world ever seen. He used to fuck movie stars and sniff coke in his dreams. A corrupted young mind at the age of 13. Nigga never had a father and his mom was a fiend. She put the pipe down, but for every year she was sober. Her son's heart simultaneously grew colder. He started hanging out, selling bags in the projects, checking the young chicks looking for hit and run prospects. He was fascinated by material objects, but he understood money never bought respect. He built a reputation cause he could hustle and steal, but got locked once and didn't hesitate to squeal. So criminals he chilled with didn't think he was real. You see, me and niggas like this have never been equal. I don't project my insecurities on other people. He fiended for props like addicts with pipes and needles, and so he felt he had to prove to everyone he was evil. A feeble-minded young man with infinite potential, the product of a ghetto-bred capitalistic mental. Coincidentally dropped out of school to sell weed, dancing with the devil, smoked until his eyes would bleed. But he was sick of selling trees and gave in to his greed. Every
Everyone trying to be trife, never face the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a nigga doing life if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be gods, angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. So Billy started robbing niggas, anything he could do to get his respect back in the eyes of his crew. Starting fights over little shit up on the block. Stepped up to selling mothers and brothers the crack rock. Working overtime, making money for the crack spot. Hit the jackpot and wanted to move up to cocaine. Fulfilling the Scarface fantasy stuck in his brain. Tired of the block niggas treating him the same. He wanted to be major like the cutthroats and the thugs. But when he tried to step to him, niggas showed him no love. They told him any motherfucking coward can sell drugs. Any bitch nigga with a gun can bust slugs. Any nigga with a red shirt can front like a blood. Even Puffy smoked the motherfucker up in the club. But only a real thug can stab someone till they die. Standing in front of them, staring straight into their eyes. Billy realized that these men were well guarded, and they wanted to test him before business started. Suggested raping a bitch to prove he was cold-hearted. So now he had a choice between going back to his life or making money with made men. Up in the sight, his dreams about cars and ice made him agree a hardcore nigga is all he ever wanted to be. And so he met them Friday night at 2:45. Everyone trying to be trife, never face the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a nigga doing life if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be gods, angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. They drove around the project slow while it was raining, smoking blunts, drinking and joking for entertainment, until they saw a woman on the street walking alone, 3 in the morning, coming back from work on her way home. And so they quietly got out the car and followed her, walking through the projects. The darkness swallowed her. They wrapped her shirt around their head and knocked her onto the floor. This is it, kid, now you got your chance to be raw. So Billy yoked her up and grabbed the chick by the hair and dragged her into a lobby that had nobody there. She struggled hard, but they forced her to go up the stairs. They got to the roof and then held her down on the ground, screaming, "Shut the fuck up and stop moving around." The shirt covered her face, but she screamed and clawed. So Billy stomped on the bitch till he broke in her jaw. Them dirty bastards knew exactly what they were doing. They kicked her until they cracked her ribs and she stopped moving. Blood leaking through the cloth, she cried silently. And then they all proceeded to rape her violently. Billy was made to go first, but each of them took a turn, ripping her up and choking her until her throat burned. Her broken jaw mumbled for God, but they weren't concerned. When they were done and she was lying bloody, broken and bruised, one of them niggas pulled out a brand new 22. They told him that she was a witness for what she'd gone through, and if he killed her, he was guaranteed a spot in the crew. He thought about it for a minute, she was practically dead, and so he leaned over and put the gun right to her head. I'm falling and I can't turn back. I'm falling and I can't turn back. Right before he pulled the trigger and ended her life, he thought about the cocaine with the platinum and ice, and he felt strong standing along with his new brothers. Cocked the gat to her head and pulled back the shirt cover, but what he saw made him start to cringe and stutter, cause he was staring into the eyes of his own mother. She looked back at him and cried cause he had forsaken her. She cried more painfully, and when they were raping her, his whole world stopped. He couldn't even contemplate. His corruption had successfully changed his fate, and he remembered how his mom used to come home late, working hard for nothing, cause now what was he worth? He turned away from the woman that had once given him birth, and crying out to the sky cause he was lonely and scared. But only the devil responded cause God wasn't there, and right then he knew what it was to be empty and cold. And so he jumped off the roof and died with no soul. They say death takes you to a better place, but I doubt it. After that they killed his mother and never spoke about it. And listen, cause the story that I'm telling is true, cause I was there with Billy Jacobs and I raped his mom too. And now the devil follows me everywhere that I go. In fact, I'm sure he's standing among one of you at my shows, in every street cipher listening to little thugs flow. He could be standing right next to you and you wouldn't know. The devil grows inside the hearts of the selfish and wicked. White, brown, yellow, and black color is not restricted. You have a self-destructive destiny when you're inflicted, and you'll be one of God's children that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. So when the devil wants to dance with you, you better say never, because a dance with the devil might last you forever. upon us. And yet the past refuses to rest in its shallow grave. For those who hide behind the false image of the Son of Man shall stand before God. It has begun. The beginning of the end. Yeah. Voice of racism, preaching the gospel is devilish. A fake church called the Prophet Muhammad a terrorist, forgetting God is not religion but a spiritual bond, and Jesus is the most quoted prophet in the Quran. They bombed innocent people trying to murder Saddam when you gave them those chemical weapons to go to war with Iran. This is the information that they hold back from Peter Jennings, cause Condoleezza Rice is just a new age Sally Hemings. I break it down with critical language and spiritual anguish. The Judas I hang with, the guilt of betraying Christ, who murdered him, stole his religion, and painted him white. Translated in psychologically tainted philosophy, conservative political right-wing ideology, glued together sloppily the blasphemy of a nation. Got my back to the wall cause I'm facing assassination. Guantanamo Bay, federal incarceration. How could this be? The land of the free, home of the brave, indigenous Holocaust, and the home of the slaves. Corporate America, dancing offbeat to the rhythm. You really think this country never sponsored terrorism? Human rights violations, we continue the saga. El Salvador and the Contras in Nicaragua. And on top of that, you still want to take me to prison just cause I won't trade humanity for patriotism. It's like MK Ultra controlling your brain, suggestive thinking, causing your perspective to change. They want to rearrange the whole point of view of the ghetto. The fourth branch of the government want us to settle. A bandana full of glittering generality, fighting for freedom and fighting terror. But what's reality? Read about the history of the place that we live in, and stop letting corporate news tell lies to your children. Flow like the blood of Abraham through the Jews and the Arabs, broken apart like a woman's heart, abused in the marriage, the brink of holy war, bottled up like a miscarriage. Embedded correspondents don't tell the source of the tension, and they refuse to even mention European intervention or the massacres in Jenin. The innocent screams, U.S. manufactured missiles and M16s, weapon contracts and corrupted American dreams. Media censorship blocking out the video screens. A continent of oil kingdoms bought for a bargain. Democracy is just a word when the people are starving. The average citizen made to be blind to the reason. A desert full of genocide where the bodies are freezing, and the world doesn't believe that you're fighting for freedom cause you fucked the Middle East and gave birth to a demon. It's open season with the CIA bugging my crib, trapped in the ghetto region like a Palestinian kid, where nobody gives a fuck whether you die or you live. I'm trying to give the truth and I know the price is my life, but when I'm gone they'll sing a song about immortal technique, who beheaded the president and the princes and sheiks. You don't give a fuck about us. I can see through your facade like a fallen angel standing in the presence of God. Bitch nigga scared of the truth when it looks at you hard. It's like MK Ultra controlling your brain, suggestive thinking causing your perspective to change. They want to rearrange the whole point of view in the ghetto. The fourth branch of the government want us to settle. A bandana full of glittering generality, fighting for freedom and fighting terror. But what's reality? Martial law is coming soon to the hood to kill yo while you hanging your flag out your project window. Yeah. The fourth branch of the government, aka the media, seems to now have a retirement plan for ex-military officials, as if their opinion was at all unbiased. A machine shouldn't speak for men, so shut the fuck up, you mindless drone. And you know it's serious when these same media outfits are spending millions of dollars on a PR campaign to try to convince you they're fair and balanced, when they're some of the most ignorant and racist people giving that type of mentality a safe haven. We act like we share in the spoils of war that they do. We die in wars, we don't get the contracts to make money off them afterwards. We don't get weapons contracts, nigga. We don't get cheap labor for our companies, nigga. We are cheap labor, nigga. Turn off the news and read, nigga. Read. Read. Read.
Man, I hate rap, but if the shoe fits, wear it. I become a freak of nature, all the kids stare. Who walk around bumping raw with the shit blaring, saying fuck school and dropping out like a miscarriage. I'm embarrassed and I'm ashamed I played a part in this devilish game, making your common sense perish. But I ain't taking the full blame, cause most of you chumps running around here ain't never had strict parents. All of your brain cells rotten from weed. You feeling like if you ain't got it, life's not as complete. You having sex with every motherfucking body you see, with a past so dark that Satan to jump out of his seat. But still you out in these streets thinking you hot as can be, without the knowledge to lead, so you just follow the sheep, making sure your lame swag is all polished and clean, while your favorite rapper's like, yeah, he got it from me. You been brainwashed by a fake life that you used to live in. When I say the word fun, what do you envision? Probably drinking and smoking out with your crew and chilling with clueless women you tryna bang, bumping New Edition. Is that all you think life really is? Well, if so, then you're a fucking idiot. I honestly feel like grabbing your head and hitting it. Matter of fact, you don't even deserve a brain. Give me it! Do you even have any goals aside from bagging these hoes and packing the ball? Well, let me guess, no. You're only in school because your parents make you go, and all you do is play beer pong and hang out with the bros. Yo, society's got you living for a whack cause. You're a fucking adult with no skills at all. You don't read any books or play ball. You don't draw. You literally do nothing at all. Still you fiend for the glamorous fruits you don't have, cause you idolize rappers that do. And all they say is, I got money in a stack to the roof. And now you think that it's gonna magically just happen to you? How? Your lazy ass don't commit to labor. You pick something up, try it out, and put it down 2 minutes later. Then you complain about your life cause it ain't getting catered. Now whoever tries to call you on your bullshit's a hater. You wanna succeed, you have to try. Or one day you'll get older and regret it all cause you can't provide. Your friends are lowlifes, don't act surprised. Look, just cut the bad fruit off of the tree. Make the sacrifice. Girls, stop acting like you want a guy with traits like Romeo. Bitch, that's a fucking lie. You always talk about how every man's faking. You can't take it and you want something real. Shut up, tramp, save it. Twice a week you put on your makeup and damn bracelets and head to the club half naked with your ass shaking. Pulling the low-life nigga who claim he cash make it till you let him hit and find out he work at the gas station. One of them niggas got you pregnant and you can't raise it, but you caused it. Your actions made a fat statement. You want Romeo to act patient and stop fronting like he in the club posted in the back waiting. It's the club where guys put on a new persona after they get loaded with a few Coronas. They always shouting and wild out with habits that very few condone them. Then they look for beautiful brainless bitches like you to bone them. Then when they leave you, you cry and cry, talking about, oh my god, I can't find a guy. I've spent so many years and I've tried and tried. Why am I even on earth? I should die. You want Romeo, you're not worthy. You're cock thirsty, you're nasty and probably got herpes. Sometimes the secret to find is to stop searching. Try a new formula cause your last one's not working. The term real niggas publicly used, and I need to know what it means, cause I'm fucking confused. Are you one for always busting your tool with nothing to lose and something to prove? The homies up in your crew? Is it because you selling drugs to get loot and brag about how you done been shot and stabbed like it's fun to be you? But your life's a struggle, right? And you just hustling through. Nah, you hamster ass nigga, you just stuck in the loop. Man, why do black people gotta be the only ones who can't evolve? Cause you in the streets acting like a Neanderthal. It's clear you can't stand the law. You lost as an abandoned dog, and all you interested in is fighting, rapping, and basketball. I can't even fuck with you, cause if we out in public, you gon' get caught stealing some shit and get my ass in trouble too. You'll get old and be nothing. Living life in these streets, thugging and starting shit with anybody mean mugging. Look at you, a real nigga, thinking your life's cool. Girls used to turn me down for guys who were like you, till you grab their heart and shove a spearhead right through. Then they regret it because it wasn't the right move. Your real nigga talk seems bogus. A real nigga don't brag about being real as long as he knows it, and his future doesn't seem hopeless. A real nigga stays out of jail, handles shit and he keeps focused. To all you rappers whose soul is out in the wrong, you inspire the issue I wrote about in this song. You go to pile on the young who roam around in the slums. See, this is what happens when rap's overcrowded with bums. Hope the hour is long when I'm rolling out with your tongue. The man above is my guide, you know the power is strong. All you menace and freaks are only in it for cheese, and the mass control limit was breached. Fuck hip-hop. They only in it for cheese, and any eyewitness can see they purposely making the innocent weak. My existence on this planet's for you. I ain't only here to benefit me. Yeah, we need to make a change while there's still time. It is hard, and sometimes I struggle trying to reveal mine. I can guide you if you feel blind. I just need you to be willing to journey into my ill mind.
100 years from now, everyone who's living on this planet will be dead. So it's inconsequential, really, all the shit that you talk, all the bullshit that you stand for. It's more important what you're ready to build, what you're ready to pass down to your children, what you're ready to create. You better fucking remember that. And when you challenge a motherfucker like me, remember, I'm the dominant species. I'm stuck inside the future, and life is chaotic. The government is psychotically racist and robotic. The matrix of entrapment is socio-economic. Neurotic conspiracy theory becomes reality. Life is war, and every day's a battle to me. I'm on the brink of insanity, between extreme intelligence and split personalities. But I elevate to the point of reversing gravity. Revolutionary conceptuality spitting out of me. Even the dead people in my family tell me they proud of me. Stupidity's not allowed by me, cause I don't got time to play. I'm the black hole lyricist that will take your shine away. Darkness at any time of day. I'm the technique and you're nobody. So what you trying to say? Stellar density becomes your physical alignment. 1.8 billion tons per square inch confinement. Yo. I drop knowledge so heavy it leaves the world unbalanced. Exterminate the spiritual force of all that challenge. I'm the lyrical apocalypse that crumbles the granite, replacing you as the dominant species on the planet. Yo. Lyrically, I'm infinite like possibilities, but you don't have the capability like infertility. Cause opening your mouth to question my validity is like trying to contradict the theory of relativity. What I spit is the epitome of heavy artillery. My enemies are obsessed with me like the bitch in Misery, but break out like fathers running from responsibility. Every time I step and abuse the mic with versatility, I balance humility with brutal instinct. I'll make your whole cipher look like those crackers from NSYNC. And I don't care about your link or your luxury car. I shed light with more magnitude than all of the stars. La Brea talk pit thick, so don't ever talk shit. And remember something, nigga, while you rave and rant, a roach can live for 9 days without its head, but you can't. Yo. I drop knowledge so heavy it leaves the world unbalanced. Exterminate the spiritual force of all the challenge. I'm the lyrical apocalypse that crumbles the granite, replacing you as the dominant species on the planet. Yo. I'm explicit like videotapes of conjugal visits. Some niggas are too stupid to understand it like astrophysics. Technique is exquisite. I'll make your thoughts a victory. Get pessimistic with the quickness. If you think that I will just become another statistic with anything but success when I bless the mic as I spit this. Specifically prolific with Kaposi sarcoma type sickness. My style is like a 10-year-old child with a slit wrist. Too much reality for the fucking hit list. I got a Black Panther mentality with a spick fist, so you could get dissed. Even if you're locally gold, vocally bold, the globally multi-platinum soul. I'm emotionally cold, disciplined, and ready to kill. Like spirits in the same room with you, I'm giving you chills. I drop knowledge while these motherfuckers clumsily spill. And I drop it so heavy, it leaves the world unbalanced. Exterminate the spiritual force of all the challenge. I'm the lyrical apocalypse that crumbles the granite, replacing you as the dominant species on the planet.
You get up and howl about America and democracy. There is no America. There is no democracy. We no longer live in a world of nations and ideologies. The world is a college of corporations, inexorably determined by the immutable bylaws of business. The world is a business. And I have chosen you to preach this evangel.
For all my free market healthcare robbing, stock stealing, retirement fund fucking with niggas. Fuck you little credit card scamming, jewelry stealing, crack selling, liquor store robbing motherfuckers. Shout to the homies, Carnegie, OG, Willie Randolph Hearst, Baruch, Rockefeller, the real Rockefeller, my main bitch Leona, pour out a little Louis the 13th, Scott Rothstein, Jack Abramoff, hold your head, my Rothschild niggas, let's get this money. I spend my day peppering America overseas, pension for the workers, nigga please, embezzlement, etiquette, private settlement, I'm better with Confederate rhetoric from my man mansion in Connecticut. Foreclosed Vic homes at the tenement. I twist words like a speech impediment. I hope you got good credit, bitch. If not, better get a new job with benefits. While I play golf with niggas and get cheddar with. New money buys brand new carrots. My old money bought your great grandparents. You got grills in your mouth, I ain't mad at you. I own every gold mine in South Africa. Thanks, baby, you made me $1 billion. Plus I own a building. But each one of my children's children, that's the shit. Snort coke in the whip, Miss USA sucking my dick. Yeah, what? Fuck the law, cause real jailers for suckers. I go to country club prison, you dumb motherfuckers. I am the 1% fucking bitch. Yeah, you know my CEO corporate steez. Please overthrow governments overseas in a breeze. Politicians in my pockets for a few hundred G's. So if I'm ever in court, my assets are never freeze. I got a job and a house and a bank account. When I'm out, I doubt that's something you could say. And if not, then a fake death like Kenneth Lay. Make money every day, the world burns on its access. While y'all struggling to pay taxes, I'm getting my money the fastest. Memos and faxes, shredded up documents, slush funds through the corrupt continents. But they don't want me indicted, cause they don't want my dirty laundry aired when I fight it. Don't get my lawyers excited, cause what good is a law if you can't rewrite it? I got CIA traders, dictators, so fuck y'all whistleblowers and haters. Shit, I'll invest money from Al-Qaeda in the bank. 9/11 widows go too late to capitalism's who I pray to. Fuck the state of the world. Money talks, so what the fuck I need to say to your girl? I don't pay him to fuck, I pay him to leave. You know my CEO corporate steez. Greed, I treat countries like the IMF. Down on your knees. Real gangsters run the world. Fuck what you believe. I cut down the forest while y'all niggas burning some trees. I get your family murdered for a couple of G's. Cause your working class money ain't fucking with me. You think rappers are rich cause of songs you heard? My labels make some money and have it rap the fucking word. Y'all in the ocean coasting with the sails out. Hey America, thanks for the bailouts. I made off at the Banco Ambrosiano. Got away scot-free like El Vaticano. Activists, activists get mad at me cause I'm a tax-free charity. 80% to the staff and company and 20% to the homeless and hungry. The country gotta pay the Fed Reserve. Kick back to the banksters, haven't you learned? You protest cops and patrols on the street, but I bought City Hall so I own the police. Email, Facebook, and the shit you tweet. On the phone company, so I heard you speaking. My suggestion is no correction, no election, sex with no affection, no invention to benefit the world. A man will exist till I got the money in my hand. World Bank, interest rate, damn rate on the spot. But I'm a gangster, you gon' take my money like it or not, nigga. I got your country in my pocket, motherfucker. You know my CEO Masonic steez. Cheese, only little people pay all these taxes and fees. Since you were born, we controlled what you watch and you read. And pretty soon we're gonna own the fucking air that you breathe. I take what I want, fucker, I don't have to say please. I convince you that it's good for you. Take it and leave. You think presidents are the face of a nation? I put them all where they are. End of the conversation. Told me I would never make it, I would never achieve it. Reality is nourishment, but people don't believe it. I guess it's hard to stomach the truth like a bulimic. It's a dirty game and nobody is willing to clean it. But this is for the paraplegic, people dreaming of running. Ladies married to men who don't please, I'm dreaming of coming. Verbally murderous like David Berkowitz when I'm gunning. Some cowards on the internet didn't think I would sell. Scared to talk shit in person cause they stuck in a shell and couldn't understand the pain of being stuck in a cell. Hell is not a place you go if you're not a Christian. It's the failure of your life's greatest ambition. It's a bad decision to blindly follow any religion. I don't see the difference in between the wrong and the wrong. Soldiers emptying the clips at little kids and their moms are just like a desperate motherfucker strapped to a bomb. Humanity's gone, smoked up in a gravity bong by a Democrat, Republican, Cheech and Chong. Immortal technique, you never heard me preaching a song. I'm not controversial, I'm just speaking the facts. Put your hands in the air like you got the heat to your back and shake your body like a baby born addicted to crack. And since life's a gamble like the craps tables at Vegas, I freestyle my destiny, it's not written in pages. when they tell us how far we came to be, as if our people's history started with slavery. Painfully, I discovered the shit they kept a secret. This is the Exodus, like the black Jews out of Egypt. I keep it reality-based with the music I make. Blow up the truth in your face with the style I run with, like the Navy missile that shot down Flight 800. I'm like the Africans who came here before Columbus, and from the 1500s until after tomorrow, I watch Latin America get raped in the sorrow. You see, the Spaniards never left después de Colón, and if you don't believe me, you can click on Univision. I never seen so much racism in all of my life. Every program and newscast, all of them white. It's like apartheid with 10% ruling the rest. That type of stress will make me put the fucking tool in your chest. Step in my way, nigga, I wouldn't wanna be ya. I burn slow like pissing drunk with gonorrhea. I'll do a free show in North Korea, burning the flag, while J. Edgar Hoover politicians dress up in drag, trying to confuse you, making it hard to follow this. Capitalism and democracy are not synonymous. You swallow propaganda like a birth control pill, selling your soul to the eye on the back of the dollar bill. But that'll never be me, cause I'm leaving the past, like an abused wife with the kids, leaving your ass like a drug addict, clean and sober, leaving the stash. Unbreakable technique, leaving a plane crash. I'm out with the black box and I refuse to return. I spit reality instead of what you usually learn, and I refuse to be concerned with condescending advice, cause I'm the only motherfucker that could change my life. Think I won't make it, but I know that I will escape the emptiness, cause that shit is slow and it kills. The flow and the skill, I made y'all believe it at last. You can make the future, but it starts with leaving the past.
The day of the Geechee is gone, boy. And you going with it.
Yeah, nigga. Immortal technique. Metaphysics. The bling bling era was cute, but it's about to be done. I'll leave you full of clips like the moon blocking the sun. My metaphors are dirty like herpes, but harder to catch. Like an escape tunnel in prison. I started from scratch, and now these parasites want 1% of my ass cap. Try to control perspective like an acid flashback. But here's a quotable for every single record exec. Get your fucking hands out my pocket, nigga, like Malcolm X. But this ain't a movie, I'm not a fan or a groupie, and I'm not the type of cat you can afford to miss if you shoot me. Curse the heavens and laugh when the sky electrocutes me. Immortal technique stuck in your thoughts, darkening dreams. No one's as good as me, they just got better marketing schemes. I lead you to your own destruction like Spark and a Fiend. Cause you got jealousy in your voice like Starscream, and that's the primary reason that I hate y'all faggots. I've been nice since niggas got killed over 8-ball jackets and Reebok pumps that didn't do shit for the sneaker. I'm a heat seeker with features that'll reach through the speaker and murder counter-revolutionaries personally. Break a thermometer and force feed his kids mercury. A&Rs tried jerking me, thinking they call shots. Offered me a deal and a blanket full of smallpox. You're all getting shot, you little fucking treacherous bitches. This is the business, and y'all ain't getting nothing for free. And if you devils play broke, then I'm taking your company. You could call it reparations or restitution. Lock and load, nigga. Industrial revolution. I want $53 million for my calloused hands, like the Bush administration gave to the Taliban. And fuck packing grams, nigga, learn to speak and behave. You wanna spend 20 years as a government slave? 2 million people in prison, keep the government paid. Stuck in a 6x8 cell, alive in the grave. I was made by revolution to speak to the masses. Deep in the club, toast the truth. Reach for your glasses, I'll burn an orphanage just to bring heat to you bastards. Innocent deep in the casket, Colombian fashion, intoxicated off the flow like Doug's passion. You motherfuckers will never get me to stop blasting. You better off asking Ariel Sharon for compassion. You better off begging for 20 points from a label. You better off battling cancer under telephone cables. Technique chemically unstable, set to explode. Foretold by the Dead Sea Scrolls, written in code. So if your message ain't shit, fuck the record you sold. Cause if you go platinum, it's got nothing to do with luck. It just means that a million people are stupid as fuck. Stuck in the underground, a general that rose to the limit. Without distribution managers, a dealer, a gimmick. Revolutionary Volume 2, murder the critics and leave your fucking body rotten for the roaches and crickets. This is the business, and y'all ain't getting nothing for free. And if you devils play broke, then I'm taking your company. You could call it reparations or restitution. Lock and load, nigga. Industrial revolution.
Brothers and sisters and friends, and I see some enemies. In fact, I think we'd be fooling ourselves if we had an audience this large and didn't realize that there were some enemies present.
I'm a weapon that fires lyrical projectiles with no mercy. I'm cold-blooded like reptiles. Touch a pregnant bitch and make it give birth to a dead child. Every time I flex styles, niggas vacate the premises and become exiles. I manufacture rhymes like textiles of X-Files. Enlightened juveniles, living life with no purpose. Organize an army that'll make the devils nervous. Competition is worthless, like the electoral vote. If you provoke, I'll break your motherfucking neck in the yoke. You're better off throwing your shitty life away sniffing coke. Technique will choke you into a spiritual state, and it would take a lake of hydrochloric acid to soften this. I'll fake your parents' suicide and kill you in the orphanage, but I inspire ideological metamorphosis. Stop talking shit or I'll make your existence a memory, so you could have me frozen cryogenically for centuries. But I'll break the ice if anyone on the planet mentions me. I'll burn a hypocritical flag intentionally. Explosive revolutionary chemistry's my destiny. No mercy is what I chemically bomb on enemies. Your life's a fucking mistake. Technique is the remedy. Destroy you before you become what you intended to be. And in the future you'll worship those that descended from me. No mercy is what I chemically bomb on enemies. Your life's a fucking mistake. Technique is the remedy. Destroy you before you become what you intended to be. And in the future you'll worship those that descended from me. When I fight you, I won't snipe you. I'll use an HIV-infected needle to strike you, as well as anyone that vaguely resembles or looks like you. And just to spite you, I'll force your children at gunpoint to bite you and rip a piece off to start the beef off for the rest of your petty limited life. I'm coming at you to catch you by surprise in the sight. Nobody's stupid enough to back you when I tactically attack you, because my style is nasty like protruding bone fractures, and you're a played out dirty pussy devil like Margaret Thatcher. But technique never get captured inside the rapture, cause I mastered the art of causing natural disasters. You should learn the difference in between the students and the master. My stature is the dispatcher of damaging decibels, and even though my starving people are considered expendable, I consecutively escape the racist corporate tentacles. I spit raw kinetic energy that's immeasurable. Retaliation for perpetration is unendable. Mercy is not extendable. I'll break your fucking brain down into psychological chemicals. No mercy is what I chemically bomb on enemies. Your life's a fucking mistake. Technique is the remedy. Destroy you before you become what you intended to be. And in the future you'll worship those that descended from me. No mercy is what I chemically bomb on enemies. Your life's a fucking mistake. Technique is the remedy. Destroy you before you become what you intended to be. And in the future you'll worship those that descended from me.
Yeah.
It's that real this time around. Immortal Technique. Revolutionary Volume 2. It's on now, motherfucker. Lock and load. This is the point of no return. I can never go back. Life without parole, upstate, shackled and trapped. Living in the hole, looking at the world through a crack. But fuck that, I'd rather shoot it out and get clapped. I've gone too far, there ain't no coming back for me. Auschwitz gas chamber full of Zyklon B. Just like the Spanish exterminating Tainos, raping the black and Indian women, creating Latinos. Motherfuckers made me out of self-righteous hatred. And now you got yourself a virus, stuck in the matrix. A suicide bomber, strapped and ready to blow. Lethal injection, strapped down, ready to go. Don't you understand? They'll never let me live out in peace. Concrete jungle, guerrilla war out in the streets. Nat Turner with the sickle, pitchfork and machete. The end of the world, motherfucker, you not ready. This is the point of no return and nobody can stop it. Malcolm Little when he knelt before Elijah Muhammad. The comet that killed the dinosaurs, changing the earth. They love to criticize, they always say I changed for the worse. Like prescription pills when you misusing them, nigga. The Templar Knights when they took Jerusalem, nigga, and figured out what was buried under Solomon's temple, Al-Aqsa. The name is not coincidental. I know too much, the government is trying to murder me. No coming back like cutting your wrists open vertically. How could the serpent be purposely put in charge of the country? Genetic engineered sickness spread amongst me. My people are so hungry that they attack without reason, like a fucking dog ripping off the hand that feeds them. Immortal Technique is treason to the Patriot Act. So come and get me, motherfucker, cause I'm not coming back. This is the point from which I can never return. And if I back down now, then forever I burn. This is the point from which I can never retreat. Cause if I turn back now, there can never be peace. This is the point from which I will die, succeed, live in the struggle. I know I'm alive when I bleed. From now on, it can never be the same as before. Cause the place that I'm from doesn't exist anymore. This is the point of no return, nigga. You better believe this. Mary Magdalene giving birth to the children of Jesus. The evolution of the world, bloody and dramatic. Human beings killing monkeys to conquer the planet. The kingdoms of Africa and Mesopotamia. Machine gun your body with depleted uranium. This is the age of microchips and titanium. The dark side of the moon, in contact with aliens. I started out like Australians, criminal-minded, broke into hell, tore it down and built a city behind it. Southpaw, murderous methodology, nigga. Remember that I'm just a man, don't follow me, nigga. Cause once you pass the point, you can never go home. You gotta face the possibility of dying alone. So tell me, motherfucker, how could you die for the throne when you don't even got the fucking heart to die for your own? It rains acid, one day the earth will cry from a stone, and you'll be looking at the world living inside of a dome. Computerized humanity living inside of a clone. This is the place where the unknown is living and real. Wormwood, the Planet X, and the Seventh Seal. Universal truth is not measured in mass appeal. This is the last time that I kneel and pray to the sky, cause almost everything that I was ever told was a lie. This is the point from which I can never return. And if I back down now, then forever I burn. This is the point from which I can never retreat. Cause if I turn back now, there can never be peace. This is the point from which I will die, succeed, live in the struggle. I know I'm alive when I bleed. From now on, it can never be the same as before. Cause the place that I'm from doesn't exist anymore.
Look around, they are Christian. No, they're no longer Christian. They no longer follow Jesus. They follow the devil 100%.
Sing, bitch. If I don't have a mag, I get a bastard stab with a knife big as a cloth and Alaskan crab. Young, I'm down with Vinny, give me 6 weeks. All your little pipsqueaks is up shit's creek. Think we a joke? I put 3 in your throat. Drunk off gin and CNC coke, then we flee in a boat. Then I come open up the spot with coconuts and rocks, so the hoes that suck some cock. Then I forget to call after
it's work, not how I pass the time. I'm music strong enough to stop a bomb. I'm putting pressure on you kids like I'm a soccer mom. Who you think I dig it that it was to stop Saddam? Who you think I dig it that it was to drop the bomb? You get your shit rocked, man, like Mustafa Song. You blowing smoke, you motherfucker, you should cop a bomb. The 9 Taurus jam a little bit, the Glock is strong. I move brutal and use voodoo like Papa Sham. Over a billion Muslims, you can never stop Islam. Over a billion bullets shooting from the chopper's arm. The backstage filled with liquor and a lot of trauma. Cause it's been hard on Vinny since my father gone. I'm about to blow the fucking horns like it was Rosh Hashanah. This is the calm before the storm, Armageddon dawn. Carry your motherfucker head that I shredded on. I speak literally, figuratively, the prophet gone. I'm the mastermind with a faster rhyme. It's work, not how I pass the time. I'm the mastermind with a faster rhyme. It's work, not how I pass the time. I'm the mastermind with a faster rhyme. It's work, not how I pass the time. I'm the mastermind with a faster rhyme. It's work, not how I pass the time. You don't have to search a question. I have the person, the murder weapon. Never get a second chance to make a first impression. I'm no virgin of murder and I'm an urban legend. Rather be a real service than a servant heaven. I don't like cops, I don't like cooperators. I don't like traitors and story corroborators. In any problem, I'm the common denominator. My behavior is the product of intoxicators. I'm just blood addicted, it's the other liquid. I'm above the limit, off of the blood of the wicked. Don't even ask, there's somebody in the body bags. The blood matches, it's on the hatchets and hockey masks. I'm never traumatized, I don't have to compromise. I don't have to economize the homicides. You tell Jesus to take the wheel, my faith is nil. I believe that even Jesus has a way to kill.
Yeah, I turned 21 in prison, locked up at night. Now I walk around free, it seems like another life. Another roll with some other dice. Another hoe or a loving wife. People come and go, some really you never know. Intellectual midgets that really never grow. Fake love that hangs on like, can I hold you though? And old friends that look at you like, yo, yeah, I told you so. A toast to the broken hearted who never finished what they fucking started. People who go out and try to be a rebel at night. They try to make up for the fact that they settled in life. It's like a fight between the devil and Christ over the limelight. Spiritual celebrity poker, but the whole deck is full of jokers. And every year that you get older, the stakes get higher. Gambling with a bunch of fakes and liars. Real talk, cause the real New York is the pain and the suffering of lost love. Staring off into the distance in the midst of the club. Depression and emptiness that lead to suicide. And the struggle inside of yourself that keeps you alive. Surviving medicated, stalked by sobriety. The life you live now, tortured by memories violently. I pray inside of me that one day you could be forgiven for murdering the beautiful world we used to live in. Yeah. Need a complicated metaphor, and sometimes nothing needs to be said at all. Sometimes the person you with is not your one and only, and you just fuck with them cause you afraid to be lonely. And when you come back it's too late, so you overcompensate like victims of rape for the self-hate. Lost in the affection of strangers around you, instead of the only person that ever gave a fuck about you. Thought you were happy so you didn't come check me, but then when he cheated or treated you incorrectly, you conveniently realized you could never forget me and tried to crawl back in my life unexpectedly. These are my indictments of those who claim to be righteous and leave a trail of broken hearts on their way to enlightenment. But I can't give in to hatred and past judgment, even towards every illusion I've been in love with. Cause the heart that betrays itself willingly is like a nation that trades freedom for stability. It's so seductive to be cold and corrupted and isolated. Try to be an independent republic, but liberty to be loved on the surface is worthless. The sacrifice of revolution with no purpose, taken from a criminal searching for his redemption. Curse
What you thought it was over? Shit ain't over till we say it's over, motherfucker. Hey, yo, Tech. What you think about the rap game right about now?
It's all bullshit. You know that. I know that. Hey, come along with me, man. We'll have a budget, huh? We'll have some clout.
I didn't get into this for that.
But that's all there is.
Well, if that's all there is, I've been wasting my motherfucking time with you.
Yeah.
I can get more clout and more money on the street than I can get following your ass.
Yeah, the game is polluted with rappers that are really snitches. And most DJs are nothing but industry bitches. And we don't got no mansion or riches, but we got guns and knives and your children's pictures. And everybody loses in war, but you lose more. What you think we brought back the Panthers and the Zulu for? Immortal witch doctor made himself a voodoo doll for every motherfucker that fronted that I could recall. Fuck the industry, don't call me, you can't get with me. I leave niggas hanging like Mississippi. RPG to the last drop of blood in my body, or the feds drag me away like a tsunami. But I'll be back like a fresh body bag from Iraq, like a Baltimore slum during the resurgence of crack. Brown and black like the AK I keep in the strap, while we waiting on the next stock market collapse.
Oratory, editorial. Fuck around, I'll be the cause of your life's memorial. I write raps territorial, East Coast border zoo. Never crossing water, still I will coastally slaughter you. I'm better than all of you, vendettas be mauling you. You talking cheddar, I'm a shredder, I sever it off of you. I never remorse for you, no letters endorsing you. Pole position in the coffin is what is costing you. The caucus bosses who control the fortunes through the mortgages of a culture with losses through and through. It's the rebel arm. Godspeed with devil's charm. The bitch made get switchblades in every arm. And this way we ixnay on any harm. Cause snakes play and fakes lay like hidden bombs. We march in unison. The soul is truer than eternal missions with just a lifetime to do it in.
Stronghold set it, whip your bitch ass with batons. The rebel arms swarm and form like Voltron. Slash your old beast, you heard Mark of the East. Running through Copland screaming, fuck the police. Hormones in the water, they acting out of order like a pack of rabid wolves. They lambs for the slaughter. Crush your mandible, rip the drums like animal. Eat them seeds, they my own kind, I'm a cannibal. My regiment salute me, haters wanna shoot me. Kool-Aid in their veins, they lawyers trying to sue me. You sell crack and rap, did a skid bid, multiple baby mamas. Take care of your kids, guillotine rap. Shackles on your neck, chemical warfare when punchlines connect. The circle play the snipers with immortal checks. They call a block governor to drag them off the set.
Arms out for supremacy and move non-gimmicky. Related to royalty on each trip you mention me. Twist bars endlessly, rebel against the infantry. Get more than your feet wet when I make you a memory. Catch not ready because they commercially industry. I make house calls to those afraid to visit me. Disrespect me, I smash off the petty from undisclosed locations. Move fast for the chetty. Hearts don't break dance, yet I rock steady. I jump on your scope to prove your aim not deadly. My shot to the top is like Mickey and Mouse medley. Flow milky like the tits of a chick that's top heavy. The techniques and modals show rebel arms the regiment. Art status nicer than other rappers ever been. My canteen's full for when the doc don't got medicine. 5-star general, frontline veteran. Invasion, baby. Shit ain't a fucking game that we playing. Immortal technique.
Oh yeah, don't forget. Revolutionary Volume 3 coming soon. You're not worthy. You sons of bitches.
Most of my Latino and black people who are struggling to get food, clothes, and shelter in the hood are so concerned with that philosophizing about freedom and socialist democracy is usually, unfortunately, beyond their rationale. They don't realize that America can't exist without separating them from their identity. Because if we had some sense of who we really are, there's no way in hell we'd allow this country to push its genocidal consensus on our homelands. This ignorance exists, but it can be destroyed. Niggas talk about change and working within the system to achieve that. The problem with always being a conformist is that when you try to change the system from within, it's not you who changes the system, it's the system that will eventually change you. There is usually nothing wrong with compromising a situation, But compromising yourself in a situation is another story completely. And I have seen this happen long enough in the few years that I've been alive to know that it's a serious problem. Latino America is a huge colony of countries whose presidents are cowards in the face of economic imperialism. You see, third world countries are rich places, abundant in resources, and many of these countries have the capacity to feed their starving people and the children we always see digging for food and trash on commercials. But plutocracies, in other words, a government run by the rich, such as this one, and traditionally oppressive European states, force the third world into buying overpriced, unnecessary goods while exporting huge portions of their natural resources. I'm quite sure that people will look upon my attitude and sentiments and look for hypocrisy and hatred in my words. But my revolution is born out of love for my people, not hatred for others. You see, most of Latinos are here because of the great inflation that was caused by American companies in Latin America. Aside from that, many are seeking a life away from the puppet democracies that were funded by the United States. Places like El Salvador, Guatemala, Peru, Colombia, Nicaragua, Ecuador, and República Dominicana. And not just Spanish-speaking countries either, but Haiti and Jamaica as well. As different as we have been taught to look at each other by colonial society, we are in the same struggle. And until we realize that, we'll be fighting for scraps from the table of a system that has kept us subservient instead of being self-determined. And that's why we have no control over when the embargo will stop in Cuba or when the bombs will stop dropping in Vieques. But you see, here in America, the attitude that is fed to us is that outside of America, there live lesser people. Fuck them, let them fend for themselves. No, fuck you. They are you. No matter how much you want to dye your hair blonde and put fake eyes in, or follow an anorexic standard of beauty, or no matter how many diamonds you buy from people who exploit your own brutally to get them, no matter what kind of car you drive, or what kind of fancy clothes you put on, you will never be them. They're always gonna look at you as nothing but a little monkey. I'd rather be proud of what I am rather than desperately try to be something I'm really not, just to fit in. And whether we want to accept it or not, that's what this culture or lack of culture is feeding us. I want a better life for my family and for my children, but it doesn't have to be at the expense of millions of lives in my homeland. We're given the idea that if we didn't have these people to exploit, that America wouldn't be rich enough to let us have these little petty material things in our lives and basic standards of living. No, that's wrong. It's the business giants and the government officials who make all the real money. We have whatever they kick down to us. My enemy is not the average white man. It's not the kid down the block or the kids I see on the street. My enemy is the white man I don't see. The people in the White House, the corporate monopoly owners, fake liberal politicians, those are my enemies. The generals of the armies that are mostly conservative, those are the real motherfuckers that I need to bring it to. Not the poor, broke, country-ass soldier that's too stupid to know shit about the way things are set up. In fact, I have more in common with most working and middle-class white people than I do with most rich black and Latino people. As much as racism bleeds America, we need to understand that classism is the real issue. Many of us are in the same boat, and it's sinking, while these bougie motherfuckers ride on the luxury liner. And as long as we keep fighting over kicking people out of the little boat we're all in, we're gonna miss an opportunity to gain a better standard of living as a whole. In other words, I don't want to escape the plantation. I want to come back, free all my people, hang the motherfucker that kept me there, and burn the house to the goddamn ground. I want to take over the encomienda and give it back to the people who work the land. You cannot change the past, but you can make the future. And anyone who tells you different is a fucking lethargic devil. I don't look at a few token Latinos and black people in the public eye as some type of achievement for my people as a whole. Most of those successful individuals are just sellouts and house negroes. But I don't consider brothers a sellout if they move out of the ghetto. Poverty has nothing to do with our people. It's not in our culture to be poor. That's only been the last 500 years of our history. Look at the last 2,000 years of our existence and what we brought to the world in terms of science, mathematics, agriculture, and forms of government. You know, the idea of a confederation of provinces where one federal government controls the states? The Europeans who came to this country stole that idea from the Iroquois League. The idea of impeaching a ruler comes from an Aztec tradition. That's why Montezuma was stoned to death by his own people, because he represented the agenda of white Spaniards once he was captured, not the Aztec people who would become Mexicans. So in conclusion, I'm not gonna vote for anybody just because they black or Latino. They have to truly represent the community and represent what's good for all of us proletariat. Porque si no, entonces te mando pa'l carajo, cabrón, gusano, hijo de puta. Seramos libres pronto. ¡Viva la revolución! ¡Viva la revolución!
What do you see when you're in the dark and the demons come?
I see you. I see you standing over the grave of another dead president.
Morning technique. You know what it is. Come on. America's nightmare. Young, black, and just don't give a fuck. Run up in the courtroom and wet them up. Got nothing to lose but my handcuffs. Every man must choose to lay down or stand up. It's wartime. Everything is fair, no fear. When they said the homie murdered the judge, I don't care. Fuck him. He deserved it. Long as the homie get away and don't get caught for the crime, I encourage it. We rooting for the villain in black. Pouring out salute. Niggas is shooting back. It's self-defense. We bang the pistol like Larry Davis or Brian Nichols. Every pig, every public official. The boomerang is coming back to get you. You reap what you sow, did you? The system you created a monster. And now you're scared cause it's coming back to haunt you.
Angels above me, demons below me, fighting over heaven, it's real. Angels above me, demons below me, fighting over heaven, it's real.
Since we gonna take the blame, I'ma rep my name and get my aim right. Let's have an overthrow and after party in the same night. Same height as Huey, same muscle built as Malcolm, with the same circumstances in the hood. You know the outcome, and read it in the news about your sergeant and your captain. Don't take this as a warning, just another nigga rapping. Fuck the way we organize and fuck the training and the grappling, and fuck them Uncle Toms who call police because we smacked them, and fuck you sympathizers with your middle class reactions. So we banging on the system, G'd up. Fuck the factions, and if you didn't know, the G was for George Jackson. And long live his warrior spirit, packing the magnum. Watching over the soldiers, knowing niggas be blacking when we really need to be disciplined in our ways and actions. When we get some freedom, you niggas can start bragging. Till then, inside the blood in my eye, you see the dragon.
Angels above me, demons below me, fighting over heaven, it's real. Angels above me, demons below me, fighting over
I'm like the birth of baby Muhammad, the movement I started. Cause spar with the hardest, a martyr regarded as Spartacus hearted. It doesn't matter whose missiles can shoot the farthest when you're a target in an Afghan Teutoburg forest. Close quarters combat over corrupted elections. Bilderberg is like cancer, it grows with infection. Nepotism is the gold in the conductor's connection, and ignorance is the prison that the people are kept in. The military ain't there for the people's protection, they're just there to protect an investment. That's why people get arrested, electrocuted, molested. Connected streets are infested with those tired of protesting. Traumatized children grow to guerrilla garrisons. 9/11 generations pale in comparison. And you will learn a lesson repeated through history, that no matter what you think, occupation is not victory. Somalia, Kashmir, Nigeria, Palestine, Iraq, bring it back. here because of you. We're here because you were there. We've arrived from every corner of the planet to this nation to seek the fulfillment of the promise of America. We were promised a better life in our home countries, where we were told that privatizing water and electricity would make things run more efficiently. Instead, the quality remained almost the same, and the price was increased until it became an unaffordable luxury. Some corporations are more efficient in government, but their motivation is not the health or well-being of the people. It's only about profit. Everything else, their image, their human resources, their public relations only exist to protect the reality behind it. Once upon a time, we were told that nationalization would prevent growth by limiting competition, that our countries were nothing without the companies that invested in us. And so they privatized everything. Everything in our country was owned by people that had no connection to our culture, by those who never had our interest at heart. They didn't care about our survival or well-being. They just wanted to turn a profit by raping the land, by exploiting our people, our industry, and our resources. They took everything we built and made it theirs. First, by creating racism to justify slavery, building the capital for capitalism. And then, when they gave us what they called liberty, everything we had was still owned by them. Our governments told us that socialism was the real enemy and that we would have freedom, but the foreign powers and corporations were the ones with the real freedom. The freedom to take all the wealth generated by our work and our land and give us only a small percentage of the scraps from the table. Their lust for power and their greed drove them to betray not only us, but themselves and the word of their own God. And while some used missionaries and donations to offset this abuse, other countries and companies were blatant with their crimes, using war, disease, and sanctions that killed millions. They supported corrupt governments that were almost like the old slave masters in their repression of the people, because their loyalty was to those who enabled them, installed them, and kept them in power. They became the bastard children of American industry, kleptocracies, governments of thievery. They protected the corporations and went to war against their own people to preserve those profits. The puppet rulers were given billions of U.S. tax dollars to fund civil wars, right-wing death squads, execute political dissidents, sympathetic clergy, and even overthrow democratically elected governments. And so the age of revolution began again. They painted it as godless terrorists versus the free world and the free market. But the free market has never been free, because the market does not regulate itself. It is manipulated like a puppet, and it survives because of its image. Destroy the image and the enemy will die. Such is the same in the rap industry, for the major label superpowers treat the underground like the third world. When they need new assets, new artists to prostitute or sign and put on the shelf to use their songs. When they needed new concepts, music, and publishing to steal from producers, they came to the underground, to the third world. They took our culture, our property, and our industry, and our resources, even using our own people to help them exploit us. But behind the mask of efficiency they claim that we need to succeed, they're no better than us. Their economic advertisement was always a lie. A few got rich, but most were given an illusion of wealth, almost as if it was designed for failure. Opportunity comes at the price of the soul in the music. So remember what they are underneath the fancy architecture, glitter and rented jewelry, the cars, the IMF loans, the seeds with suicide genes, 20-year contracts and oil blood money. Build your defenses, my independent brothers and sisters. They'll stop at nothing to get what they want. They paint the third world underground as savage and backward, but the superpowers are no less corrupt. They've just learned to disguise it better, cause they fix elections too. They embezzle tax money, they go to war for resources, they fund terrorism for their own benefit. And when there's enough at stake, history's taught us that they'll even assassinate their own presidents.
Yeah, immortal technique. You know, Harlem to South Africa. That's how it goes. For the head warmers, you know what I mean? It's for my peoples. Insomniac, I can't sleep. real, son. Mic check. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Yeah. I'm a rebel that'll fire missiles at red dawn. But before I issue the order to send bombs, I want presidential money like execs at Enron and gold digging porn chicks for me to spend on. But I'ma only pay for one night stay at the Ritz. I won't even get you a towel when I spray on your tits. I'm not a misogynist, I just like it when girls are misogynist. So pop shit and I'ma smoke you and your bitch moms. I'm ambidextrous, the microphone, cause switch palms. Immortal technique, psychotic nigga to spit calm, misinterpreted by the media like Islam. I love the underground, but not enough chicks in a thong. What the fuck? How could beautiful women be wrong? Tech load clips like they were hits from the bong. That was supposed to be the end of the song, but it's not. The freestyle got me stuck in the zone. I can't stop. Brainwash commercial hip hop, the government plot. But I'ma shoot down the propaganda stuck in your brain, like the military did to the 4th terrorist plane. That was ill, but shut the fuck up and let me explain. What good is fame and flossing when you stuck in the coffin? And who the fuck you gonna run to when I make you an orphan? I'm metamorphosizing into something you thought I could never be. Ghetto engineered sickness without a remedy. My heart pumps nitroglycerin and Hennessy. Twisted chemistry, cry blood and I bleed venom. Never subliminal, clear with the message I'm sending. Bending the space-time continuum just to get to you and blast you so hard it'll kill the person next to you. So in retrospect, remember and don't fucking forget, y'all are walking dead people, y'all just don't know it yet. Yeah, yeah, nigga, it's on. You know what time it is. I'm out. Harlem, nigga. It's for all the devils coming here and take your head off.
Going down, y'all. You know the deal. When words come, the worst when words come, the worst my people come first. Words come, the worst. When words come, the worst my people come first.
Yo, some people got good friends. At night I live my life right, intense. On the edge, on the wire. I'm from the group where friction leads to fire. Stack your bricks, the time is take your pick. Do it, don't. The track, out the yo, my life is good. I got my peeps in the mix, so.
Words come, the worst my peoples come first. I got worldwide family all over the earth, and I worry about them all for whatever it's worth. From the birth to the hearse, through streets the guns burst. Words I disperse are here to free minds,
yeah.
And if mine are needy, I need to feed mine. When words come, the worst.
Set up shop and write a verse. Actually, that's best come to best. My lyrics take care of me, they therapy, get shit off my chest. Extra stress, 3-4 over the score. Different patterns of rhyming prepare me for war. So next time you see us, we'll be deadly on tour. When
worst come to worst, my peoples come first.
Word up, if worst comes to worst, I make whole crews disperse. You know it's family first. Gifted unlimited with dilated people. Babu, evidence, Irish science, and a shout out to my man Alchemist on the Triz app.
Worst come to worst, my peoples come first. I'm a glutton for the truth, even though truth hurts. I've studied with my peoples on streets and in church. We make it hard when we go on first. Long road, honor of the samurai code. These California streets ain't paved with gold. When worst come to worst, my peoples come first.
I got the back. At the end of the day, we could go our separate ways, but the song remains and won't change. Got my target locked at range. I might switch gears, but first I switch lanes. Without my people, I got nothing to gain. That's why
worst come to worst, my peoples come first. Special victims unit, catalyst for movement, create to devastate since '84, show improvement. Definitely dilated peoples comes first. Cross training spar, we raise the bar and we put it in your ear no matter who you are. When worst come to worst, my peoples come first. When worst come the worst. When worst come the worst, my peoples come first. My peoples come first.
Rest in peace.
Here's another warrior song. Rep this life to the fullest.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers, say your prayers.
For brothers who die from black on black violence.
Rest in peace.
You ain't paying respect when you supposed to.
Rep this life to the fullest.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. This ain't for y'all, this toast to them.
Rock Raider.
Rest in peace.
Here's a toast to the dead. If you don't drink, smoke to the head. For the freedom fighters killed by the feds. For those who died hard in the streets, soaking in red. And died slow asleep in a dream, choking in bed. Here's a toast to the dead. For my enemies that are gone. I'm not a coward, so celebrating that would be wrong. I pray to God that your soul will come back again. So I can see you in the next life and finish it then. A toast to the dead for criminals burning in hell. I wonder how many presidents are burning as well. Emperors, popes, senators, generals, amputees feeling lucky until they see the vegetables. A toast to the dead for those who are forgotten, written out of history by the corrupted and rotten. Black saints whitewashed during La Reconquista. Thousands of Indios, Spaniards used to conquer the Incas. Fuck a moment of silence, I need a moment of violence. Like the 19th century Caribbean islands. Long live those who came before, that paved the way for me. The warriors and scientists that came before slavery. And if that last lyric was predictable, take that clairvoyance and apply it to life and the physical. Presumptuous, half-hearted homunculus. Self-destruction is the power without knowing what the function is.
Here's another warrior song. Rep this life to the fullest.
Rest in peace.
Motherfuckers, say your prayers.
For brothers who die from black on black violence.
Rest in peace.
You ain't paying respect when you supposed to.
Rep this life to the fullest.
Rest in peace.
This ain't for y'all, this toast to them.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Here's a toast to the dead. For all of my fam, I will never let an idea die with a man. My rhymes are like NASCAR lines designed to give a view of this. J Dilla's still alive as long as his music is. A toast to the dead. For rap legends and pioneers, your legacy won't be forsaken as long as I am here. Knowledge of the past and wisdom of the present, I'll teach and leave in the hands of a worthy lieutenant. A toast to the dead. For children with cancer and AIDS, a cure exists and you probably could have been saved. Sad to see medicine, divorce, morality, corporate home wreckers pimping up for salary. A toast to the dead for those that have died today, the victims and those exonerated by DNA. The only thing worse than giving freedom to the guilty is killing the innocent and leaving your soul filthy. Immortal technique, remember me when I'm gone. I encrypted my lyrics to stay alive in a song, so you'll always keep a piece of my spirit inside when you struggle to complete what I started before I died. But some of you won't survive the changes the earth makes, swallowed by tsunamis, hurricanes, and earthquakes. And that's just the first stage. If you cannot reverse ways and realize that we are one regardless of our birthplace.
Here's another warrior song. Rep this life to the fullest.
Rest in peace.
Motherfuckers, say your prayers.
For brothers who die from black on black violence.
Rest in peace.
You ain't paying respect when you supposed to.
Rep this life to the fullest.
Rest in peace.
This ain't for y'all, this toast to them.
Metaphysics.
Rest in peace.
Them people, law enforcement, is gonna call them that, were here and they were shaking in their shoes. They were physically shaking, scared to death, because certain people said, I'm a radical, I'm a wild man, I got a gun under every arm, you say anything to me, I'll shoot you. If the people find out how they've been ripped off and enslaved, they will revolt. There'll be blood running in the streets.
Yo, ticket to ride, the white crime highway. Bring all the guns, the funds will come my way. Whether we deliver in high grade to people in the pit of the tri-state, or dabbling a little like flyweights, lock and load. In the range it would rock the globe, made any aim possible. Till the lead belly lost control. In the hold of the paper that folded, one time was related to gold. Made many men lose their soul to the price of the dice that roll. How can a light so bright make a man so cold? So another man's plans unfold. Can you really see it true till it happens to you? It's so severe what the hopeless will do. transition to beginning your life. Not every man wants to stand by his kids and his wife. Too many lost kids in the night. Hand on heat, gripping it tight. Any man want beef could get it right. Followed by enough flame to put a permanent end to the learning of men. Class session, to many the blast, the last lessons. Often taught like the wars that are often fought. As old as mankind. Not out of his damn mind. Stand on the gunpowder landmine, ready to blow at any second. I'm checking for the signs of the end of all time. I figure it's on time. My last thoughts forming.
Got me running through the streets, that reeking of gas, spoiled full of the welfare. My niggas on welfare, nobody giving up health care. Nothing but heat. How you gonna tell me it ain't hell here? George Bush having a swell year, swinging the gap, ready to clap anything on the map. You done seen what they bring to Iraq. Now bring it back to the source, land of the physical full. Land of the good. Land of the good! Land of the good! Land of the good!
Yeah, all my people out there, lock and load.
This is the place where cops are rushing to build and paramilitary death squads murder your children. Empty shell of a man, licking shots in the air. Soldiers dying out there, but nobody cares. Prepare for the future, but make note of the past. To be condemned, to live it again and get blast. Class warfare, kept out of the news. Replaced by corporations, political views. Cause this is where the guns are manufactured and sold. The land that was stolen, stripped of all of its gold. Old timers on a deathbed, speaking of wisdom. Immigrants crucified by conservative Christians. And we all got freedom to die in the street. But the difference is more of us die in a week than they die in a year. I made it clear where I stand when the line is drawn. But now the line is gone and nigga, anything goes. The land where the guns don't let anything grow. And what the fuck you niggas know about living in hell? You not built like me, you never lived in a cell. You never gambled with your soul, fuck the ice in your hand, gun in your palm, but you got a nigga's life in your hand. Young man, just remember that slice in a gram is a bloody game, like throwing mice in a fan. My words flow like the rivers that's west of Iran, the fertile crescent moon with the star in the middle. I reveal the depth of history, scars when I scribble. I gave you the world, and I ain't even charge you a little. The martyr is crippled, the prophets are dead and buried, but the message is simple, and it's not written down in holy books as a riddle. Now we running through the streets, starving on that guerrilla warfare. My people stuck in a guerrilla warfare. Innocent children screaming in tears. You acting like the army, it brought hell here. Military industry having a swell year, swinging again and lying in heaven, living off a blank check after 9/11. But I'ma have the truth brought back to the source. Fight for my land with physical force. Speak through music, the subliminal course. I need the tech in the clip, fuck a chain in the Porsche. Land of the gun. Land of the gun. Land of the gun. Land of the gun. Yeah. Yeah. Immortal technique. Breeze ever flowing. Harlem. Well, hypocrites. Hookers. Sex offenders. Y'all niggas wanna be pimps and players? This ain't 1997, nigga. I'd rather be rich and unhappy than broke and miserable. Cause the game don't give a fuck if you lyrical. And that's pitiful, so my position is pivotal. You can hate me all you like, but you worship the principle. I inspire revolution, the government's not invincible. Vietnam, the Venezuela, trick knowledge, they pimping you. All up in the hood like McDonald's and liquor. Selling AIDS medicine when we know you got the cure, nigga. You leery of conspiracy theory, but hear me. From a business perspective, it makes more sense clearly. Cause moreover, that's what we go to war over. And numbers don't lie unless we do Bush and Gore over. Free markets make money disingenuously, but I invest in agriculture, biochemistry. Smart nigga from the hood, pussy, what type of crime is that? But execs are like, you from Harlem, where your diamonds at?
Stupid, if you're looking for the money or the fame, the players and the rules ain't changed. But see, we trying to leave a name, so we're turning out.
This is how pimps get pimped and players get played. Rich people get robbed and broke niggas paid. New York, London, Chicago, Philly, and LA, Miami, DC, be more and out in the bay.
Out of the frame, see, we deserve to state that claim. If we didn't, it's a crying shame. What we're concerned about is how to turn it out.
Show me a pretty girl
with the world stuck to her. And I bet you there's a brother that's tired of fucking her. Lots of niggas, girls, or someone else's one night stand. I probably made some bitches nervous listening with they man. And if that offends somebody, I'm sorry, fuck you. What you think revolutionaries don't like to fuck too? You just gotta beware of dangerous coochie. Cover your head like a goofy. Some rappers think that they live in a movie until they get herpes, a clap from a groupie. And I don't need to shout you out, nigga, you know who you be. Look, most people are only players cause they got played and have not let go of that shit since the 7th grade. Yeah, you got your heart broke, life sucks, doesn't it? But you shouldn't fuck up someone else's life because of it. Someone did your mother like that, that's why you fatherless. Before jail or racist cops, that's what the problem is.
See who's the one to place that flame. We're getting trapped in a cycle of pain, with a generation headed down the drain. Time we turn it out.
This is how pimps get pimped and players get played. Beautiful women get cheated on and gangster sprayed. Jersey, Detroit, Denver, Phoenix, Atlanta, Texas, Vegas, Seattle, and fucking Louisiana.
Money you paying to spend it on a watch and a chain, but can't offer your children a thing. What the hell is going on in your brain? We gon' turn it out.
I'm not a crack rapper, I'm not a backpacker, I'm not a whack rapper, moonlighting as a bad actor. I treat labels like the projects cause I'm a hater. Go to the Sony building and piss in the elevator. Cater to hustlers, crooks and cheap smugglers. Bootleg my own album to reach customers. Every city, state and country the hood loves me. Even Aborigines in Australia bump me. They say underground fans are all the color of talcum. Well, who the fuck you think buy 50 and J albums? Who the fuck you think made Snoop and Dre platinum? Call up any major record label and ask them. But there's some devils in disguise in hip-hop that belong at Republican fundraisers with Kid Rock. I hope one of my fans has one of your kids shot and blames it on acid, Prozac, and Slipknot. You a pussy acting hard like a bitch cop. I'll drop you to the floor like a reverse wrist lock. Eat your food and shit on you like a highway pit stop. And make revolutionaries out of kids that used to flip rocks. The government pimp 9/11 to go to Iraq, and history repeats itself right on track. First as a tragedy and then the comedy begins. Cause it's funny motherfuckers don't see it coming round again.
When can we be free? We only wanna live our life with our eyes open. Open your eyes, stupid motherfucker. Open your eyes before you die.
Look, let me make something abundantly clear for people that are so bereft of activities they feel like they gotta comment on every one of mine. First of all, being a vegetarian should never be associated with being a revolutionary or being open-minded. That's a dietary choice. If someone wants to proliferate the type of ignorance we're supposed to be fighting by thinking that, you're just fucking yourself. I don't go around promoting beef and poultry, shoving it in people's faces. I don't castigate people for not eating steak sandwiches, and I would never diss someone for being a fucking broccoli head or living off radishes or eating grass with tofu. I like a lot of vegan cuisine, but the illogicality of expecting everyone to adopt their particular idea of what being healthy is just preposterous. I've seen some of you herbivores, and if you want to argue health, y'all need to eat some kind of supplement, because some of y'all are so skinny that it's disgusting, looking like the only hip-hop motherfuckers on Schindler's List. Being a malnutrition ass got nothing to do with being revolutionary or being on point. I'll be damned if I let somebody else push their agenda on me. You know, I don't eat pork, not because I'm a Muslim, I just don't really like it, but I really will fuck a bird up. And fish is good when that shit is fresh. It's like my nigga Vastair from Canuck said, if you don't like the smell of burning meat, then get the fuck off the planet. You know, I don't criticize people for eating moss. Man, don't open your fucking mouth about my food, man. I like beef and broccoli, motherfucker. Mind your goddamn business. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm out. I feel like some arroz con pollo, a banana daiquiri, and a motherfucking bistec apanado.
Ayo, the things I seen in life will make you choke by surprise. Like an aborted fetus in a jar that opened its eyes, provoking my demise and leave your spirit broken inside. Like the feeling of 50 million people hoping you die. And niggas wonder why my heart is full of hatred and anger. Cause some bitch killed my firstborn son with a coat hanger. I strangled out the pain until my soul was empty and cold, crippled and worthless, so I thought that it could never be sold. My mother told me that placing my faith in God was the answer. But then I hated God cause he gave my mother cancer, killing her slow like the feds did to the Black Panthers. The genesis of genocide is like a pagan religion, carefully hidden, woven into the holidays of a Christian. I had a vision of nuclear holocaust on top of me, and this is prophecy, the words that I speak from my lungs. The severed head of John the Baptist, speaking in tongues like Che Guevara. My soliloquies speak to a gun. Pain is slow motion like trees that reach for the sun. Nigga, the preaching is done, cause I don't got a DJ like Reverend Run. I curse the life of any man who kills benevolent ones. I never asked to be the messenger, but I was chosen to speak the words of every African slave dumped in the ocean, stolen by America, tortured, buried and frozen, written out of the history books your children are holding, internally bleeding, cold-blooded, stripped of emotion. I go through the motions, but there's no life in my eyes. It's like I'm hooked up to a respirator, waiting to die. Hooked up to the fucking chair, waiting to fry. Soothing electrocution, currently used in my execution. Producing thoughts at the speed of light, burning confusion. I'm losing my sight, breathing is tight, the evening is white. I made my peace with the Lord, and now I stand on his right. Death is another part of life. These are my last words. I'm having difficulty breathing, dying on the inside, internally bleeding. Angel of death dragging me away while I'm sleeping, watching my world crumble in front of me, searching for meaning. These are my last words. I'm having difficulty breathing, dying on the inside, internally bleeding. Angel of death dragging me away while I'm sleeping, watching my world crumble in front of me, searching for meaning.
Why the fuck you think we're here? What the fuck are you holding, man?
I'm holding the same shit you're holding, now. What the fuck
but
are
you know what? We gonna get it on now, motherfucker. Roll down the window, son. Roll down the window.
I'm with it, man. I'm with it. Let's do this.
I let these motherfuckers know right now. We about to revolution. Somebody talk shit to me in LA. I never lived. Brown rolls deeper than red or blue ever did. I got bullets that'll rip through your ribs. More painful than watching R. Kelly piss on your kids. Here's the ultimatum, motherfucker. Give me the ass cap, or give America Biggie and Tupac flashbacks. Some niggas don't think the underground is grimy and dirty till they find your body on a fucking highway in Jersey. I fire rockets at generic topics. Your lyrics don't hold weight like two-dimensional objects, cause jail culture didn't give you that fitted hat to memorize a ghost-written shit verse and spit it back. I won't let your rap rhymes redefine lyricism for a whole generation with their fathers in prison. You live inside the image of an era that's gone, like government officials trying to justify Vietnam. I leave niggas traumatized like they mama died and they was responsible for the drive-by homicide. And I don't walk at revolution, I live it. What you think cause you fake, everyone else is a gimmick. Jealous, bickering, industry slaves, the nerve of you. Like a child prostitute, brought into a life of servitude until we murder you. Making a red carpet burgundy, the psycho realm in the streets where I prefer to be. Hollywood drive-by, motherfucking murder fest. Weed clouds in the air that cause turbulence. Revolution, motherfucker, you heard of it. I like to spliff with the flag while I'm burning it. Hollywood drive-by, spraying the cucarachas. War with the system like the streets of Oaxaca. Yeah, revolution, motherfucker, you scared of it. Well, it's coming to the industry now, so be prepared for it.
You're on some bullshit tracks, I spit them full-clip raps, while most of these gangster rappers are some full-fledged raps. You're on some bullshit tracks, I spit them full-clip. You're on some bullshit. You're on some bullshit. You're on some bullshit tracks, I spit them full-clip raps, while most of these gangster rappers are some full-fledged rats. The real G stay strapped in full combat. What you see in the videos is full-on acts. The streets don't believe you, homie. Armageddon in the rap game is coming and we lead the army. Rock terror tape audio sounds. Got hostages in pink, this is what they call hip-hop now. I keep that metro shit out of my whip. Man, that dummy rappers through making money, it's about to extinct. You know the radio trying to kill rap with that shit. The only thing dying is the DJs when the case spin. We're headed CEOs and blow up A&Rs. I'm taking your chips like crashing your game of cards. This is how I eat homes, I will give you bars and take the life for these stars for the sing of ours.
Hollywood drive-by, motherfucking murder fest. Weed clouds in the air that cause turbulence. Revolution, motherfucker, you heard of it. I like to split with the flag while I'm burning it. Hollywood drive-by, spraying the cucarachas. War with the system like the streets of Oaxaca. Yeah, revolution, motherfucker, you scared of it. But it's coming to the industry now, so
I'm from the city of falling stars, the home of banging hard. Waiting for them at the Radio City Hall to snatch them out the fucking car. Expose them for what they are. Narcs, Jakes, naked formants, feeding us horseshit, blaze up all of them. They say hip-hop doesn't exist. Rappers talking hard, dressed up like punk rock kids. Pumped up by some corporate endorsement. Dead corpses are voiceless, no one hears you, homie. Your little fame is over. We'll send little homies for closure like bankers, cause you owe us the mortgage for exploiting the lifestyle that many died, jailed up in storage, leaving most of us hopeless. Homies ready and focused. What we building got them all afraid. Give me the K, I'll be honored to ignite the flame that'll burn down the game. What's fame keeping our movement? A silent war, motherfucker, you sleeping.
Hollywood drive-by, motherfucking murder fest. Weed clouds in the air that cause turbulence. Revolution, motherfucker, you heard of it. I like to split with the flag while I'm burning it. Hollywood drive-by, spraying the cucarachas. War with the system like the streets of Oaxaca. Yeah, revolution, motherfucker, you scared of it. But it's coming to the industry now, so be prepared for it.
A corporation that controls the third world in the next century controls the globe. Think of that. One world economy, one corporation under God, one moral, spiritual, economic unity.
You know, back in the day, some of y'all used to shout out Allah's name like he was hosting your mixtape. Then after 9/11, you got scared and shut the fuck up. Didn't talk about the demonization of a culture, immigrants, nothing. Now you show up, talk about we taking it too far. Die slow, motherfucker! Yeah. 100% independent, I'm the fucking boss. I sold 80,000 off a quota ball and a sauce. The hood is not stupid, we know the mathematics. I made double what I would going gold on Atlantic. Cause EMI, Sony, BMG, Interscope would never sign a rapper with the White House in the scope. They push pop music like a religion. Anorexic, celebrity driven, financial fantasy fiction. Contradiction, cause the life he was given resembles life in prison. Fed time with Manuel Noriega, the real Noriega. Who did America 100 favors with Contras, the Shy, and the CIA. Moving Escobar's coke through the MIA. This is the third world speaking through a dead man walking, and everybody talking about the South taking over. It's true, motherfucker, but it's coming over the border. Fuck your chain, my people will kill you for water. Fuck fans, nigga, I got soldier supporters that'll cut your throat if you strapped with a tape recorder. That's right, motherfucker, welcome to the new world order, where the truth is always censored by corporate reporters. The government runs a drug politics on the corner. That's why I never stress rappers and their employers. I put a bag over his fucking head and torture your lawyer, cause it's too simple to shoot you. I'll taser the roof of your mouth and electrocute you. I'll root you out with the Ruger, the German Luger, U-boat, and the troops in the scuba. Nigga, you can't overthrow me like the island of Cuba. Niggas will never find your body like the bitch in Aruba. And I maneuver through the State Department and their friends with secret deals like the Nazis and IBM. And now you know this ain't a trend or a fashion. This is my life and my passion. Fuck for the cash in, nigga. I need more than advancements and a rented mansion. So why you little house niggas are singing and dancing? I kill you and take your land like an Israeli expansion.
me when the curtain split. I'm hurting shit, too powerful for painkillers. On the concrete jungle, we walk like trained gorillas. Untamed, and my niggas is Kane. Cool G, Rock him, combined into one frame. We like the new mecca of immaculate rappers. Finny Pass, called the goons, now we back with the clappers.
Remain silent, kill him with what I mentally says. Bloody fez, choke you like an Indian res. Kamach, animal Turk, sick with a cannibal smirk. Welcome, this where the murderers lurk. It's my mind to make sure that the sun can work. Scorch bodies, leave all of your gunmen hurt. Pharaoh sultans, create a serious coat jam. And my hand is where the tears of the Pope ran. They stay watching like they keep me on a scope cam. I'm in heaven with the angels and smoke grams. You need God, that's why the earth's so damn. International, trying to get my flow banned. That's cool if I don't kick these prayers. A lot of floods and famines gonna hit these years. Kamachi back on the chapel stairs. Open the clouds, let the thunder clap your ears.
You wanna put your money up, then motherfucker, then put it for your family sanity, man. I wish that you wouldn't. Niggas got nice flows, just don't know where to put it. And I know your whole life your raps are edited footage. And your mixtape niggas couldn't see my plateaus. All up in my presence while y'all acting bashful. King size cats in any clip, they rap flow. Your little light niggas couldn't feed my shadows. From city to city, intersection to section, with you reflexing. With or without a weapon, I'm always stepping, never scared, but always and forever prepared. Yeah, the ones who drink gas, man, it's revving
you now
gears.
Rocking with the foulest click in the continent. Total dominance, rise to prominence. In my prime like Optimus, stand in astonishment at this conglomerate and access of evil. I know where Osama is. He down in Camp David, down and dirty like a damp basement. The champ must demand greatness from himself or be another contender. There's hundreds of niggas dead left under the river. From the days of slaves to hurricanes and all lanes. See my people's graves floating amongst the waves. There's hell to pay, but the devil don't take text. I tried to send a message to God, his phone don't take text. I need a new plan, a crook with knowledge. Times is hard, homie, why I took them dollars. Man, my mama got a mortgage, and my little baby sister need books for college. I rob all y'all.
Yo, they want the hood ahead, so they call me first. I get them rappers Gatorade, cause they ball with thirst. This is more than music, but these niggas is mad trash. That's why the stores refuse them. Yo, I'm out in Georgia, went straight to the block. I'm seeing cats motorcycling, dog, I'm doing a wop. I'm a OG, I call my tire niggas a wop. Though they papers ain't right, but they got weight on the block. I love them, hand to hand, see your hands ache. I drunk so much syrup, dog, I stopped eating pancakes. Your niggas cool, dog, mine's absurd hot. Stop frontin' like you's a killer, money your nerve shot. Yo, use a Paxil nigga, dumping Zoloft and coffee. AOTP with exhaust speed. Can't keep a gig cause I'm blinging with F's. But I got my mind right, so swing your shit to the left.
If I had 24 hours to live, 24 hours, give me 24 seconds. Then I'm driving off a bridge. Broken rib, no windshield, covered in kerosene. Gasoline tank filled to the top. Magazines of these phony rappers ripped in pieces. No preachers strong enough to take me out of my zone. I broke Jesus. Choke niggas who squill, rob niggas who steal, kill niggas who kill. I'm too sick for a pill. Man, these niggas ain't real, they real fake. They say they your man, but they fucking with real snakes. That's when you put them in the trunk with they real tape. Whip and reverse, then run into a steel gate. I'm a suicide driver, never been a liar. If I don't kill you later, I'ma kill you mañana. You don't want no problems, you don't want no drama. Nigga, I'ma take a trip with your baby mama. Suicide
you better cross your T's, cause we'll dot your I's. You can say that you specialize, but pharaohs will optimize. Backstage, you'll get a bitch back smack there. The Mac blare like Dirty South pimp slap clap snares. Yeah. Holy paragraphs.
What kind of shit is that?
I'm Jesus in the flesh, so this is motherfucking Christian rap. You're just Christmas rap, must be the secret Santa. My reindeer aim near, pierce you with the antlers. Yeah. I made them go easy and called off the wolves on my AOTP radio CB. Cause y'all ain't worthy of grenades and RPGs. Slit throat, hope you float with sardines and seaweed. Cause this is CE, LPH, demonic symphony. Listen to the hell we make. And a year before your kid's 10th birthday came, you didn't have to wait for candles on the cake to see the non-flame.
Respect the G, my clip clap at you incessantly. I lay back and drink alcohol excessively. It ain't a rapper that's alive today that's testing me. I got degrees in being ignorant and weaponry. A 40 ounce of Dutch master is the recipe. That's my shit there, that'll be the death of me. Give me a death mask, better yet a effigy. I understand the math of death and its complexity. I understand how you was violently murdered. I understand how you was raised under the lies of the church. But understand and recognize that I'm cursed with the ability to edge your fucking lives with a verse. Yeah.
Progressives only. Baby Grand Records.
AOTP. L Bill on the beat. Billy Crystal.
Campaigning is to put FEMA to work on a plantation at Camp David. Demand payment for New Orleans with the best of swordsmen. Launching missiles at the White House while text performing. On the lawn and I just let them burn till death's confirmed. Laid to rest with worms cause otherwise they'll never learn. I form a coup attempt with anthrax through the fence. From out a package I got in the mail that you just sent. But I got a better punishment for these Republicans. I'd let them live so they can see us overthrow the government. Let's fuck with them. Have the first lady beat me off till my semen's launched and I skied across her face like Peter North. And I won't leave a doubt what we about when I cream her mouth. Or leave a drought bleeding out on Condoleezza's couch. I'll seek this route without regrets and drink a brew that think of you. Cause if it's the last fucking thing I do, I'll Immortal Technique, Razzie. Nigga, I never forget nothing, nigga. 51% of the World Bank is owned by the U.S. Treasury. Robbing third world countries out all their resources and equity. When Afghanistan was fighting the Russians, Reagan and Bush gave Bin Laden weapons and told them get the bussin'. We even called them freedom fighters. Financed the cost with CIA importing cocaine. That whole Iran-Contra scandal, niggas took the blame. Started a war on drugs. Meanwhile, Russia's defeated. America thinks more oil for us. Take over, set up a puppet government. Arabs ain't bearing it. So the same freedom fighters, George W. call them terrorists. Poetic justice, payback's a bitch. These fucking hypocrites like Bill O'Reilly. Right wingers deserve what they get. Rush Limbaugh, drug addict, Giuliani, sex scandal. I wanna thank white supremacists and show you how my text handle. My next nano, technologically designed. That's big stars to all you stupid ass execs. The capital resign. I am vindictive, faggot. Yeah, I got something for you motherfuckers. Want it? Here you go. The first payback that I would accomplish. I draft children from the Senate and Congress. Pompous religious right made suicidal. When I exposed Josephus for ghostwriting the Bible. Making nuclear silos, bomb the world with hydro. Chinese dragon-sized blunts and Maracaibo. And everyone flashing a gun on a DVD. I make them niggas shoot it out with NYPD. And every fucker that didn't buy my CD, I stab the revolution in their neck with an IV. See me own the world, I give it back to the poor. I give a last name to every single son of a whore. Hard to the core, fuck with the gamers. Niggas pop on they block, but they globally nameless. I show the hood real gangsters and make them famous. Langley, Virginia, where my connect for cocaine is. I make everybody fucking have the world darkening. I make rap about lyrics, not beats and marketing. Replace every rape virgin's broken hymen. Holding the beers, reclining while they choke on their diamonds. My designing's like Francis Ford Coppola rhyming. Building a universe inside solitary confinement. I'd reverse Rockefeller laws and bring Mumia home and serve the president. Freestyling all for the dough. A message to the outgoing president. Hey, I got a great idea, nigga. Kill yourself. You know what's so funny? I thought about it the other day. You should probably kill yourself. Why don't you kill yourself? Kill yourself.
Real hip hop shit. Immortal Technique, Symphony, JFM. Yeah. I'm at the drug lab trying to figure out my next move. I gotta make this raw street hop breakthrough. This criminology rap, this slash fake crews. Like insanity that make front page news. I'm the head trauma that makes your Scarface bruise. MCs nowadays lose with bars they use. There's a war between heaven and hell, which do you choose? No matter what side homes, you gotta pay dues. My central intelligence was birthed in my residence of downtown tenements with criminal elements, man. I live my life while the wicked try ending it. My brain's more fucked up than joints with a stem in it. The weak shit, I'm dead in it. All for the cause, all be crucifying your lies. Live on a Jesus cross. We hold our own court where truth is the judge. I got hollow jurors that give out guilty verdicts in blood.
One day I might die by, make my mom cry.
faggots, lead masses, go beyond banging, fuck religion. Meditate with the Buddhists, I'm ramming horns with the Jewish. I'm talking Saturn with Muslims, speak Gnostic when I walk through Jerusalem. Cleanse you, come and swell out will a code of Sue. We've been through the stars, seen a burst named Jesus. These ain't clues, right truth ain't to wake the youth. Before they wasted talent, end up locked in the chute. Come on, I'm culminating when I'm in the meridian. Illumination, fuck being an idiot. A master mason when I'm building my pyramid. Medicine man, blowing up the schools of Americans. A legend, go tell a friend. Determination to leave my fam and war to cross though we kill a minute man. I'm living paranoid, I think it's the end. July 10th, the earth wept when I took my first breath. I live by, one day I might die by. Make my mom cry. Will this shit get worse for me? The CIA murdered me for talking in third degree in state of emergency. These words that I live by, one day I might die by. Make my mom cry. Will this shit get worse for me? The CIA murdered me for talking in third degree in state of emergency.
We dealing with a system designed to confuse niggas' minds, and it's worse when the people divide. Fighting titans, ruling the earth's tyrants, evil alliance, trying to blind us and changing the ancient God sciences. Instead of taking knowledge and applying it, the devils were first to knowledge and gave us the spell of Leviathan. God became dog, meaning the dog star, represented by Anubis. Am I losing y'all? Hope y'all ready for war. I'll be busting till the trumpets blow to signify the emperor's soul. With a tin of canteen in a chrome 4-4. Not dealing with man's rituals, but with God's laws. And I know I'm on the list for the things that I spit. The government act as if the artists are terrorists. They terribly pissed because the kids listen to this and get influenced by the music so they can't tell them shit. This is rebel music, nigga, raise your fist. The words that I speak, a nigga live and die by this. I'm just a poet with an ancient soul, a master teacher that knows how to break down and speak in codes.
Words that I live by, one day I might die by. Make my mom cry. Will this shit get worse for me? The CIA murdered me for talking in third degree in state of emergency.
Far from pitiful, my young mind harbored a criminal. Like the spirit of a nigga you murdered that lives with you is complicated. I'm obligated with conversated to conquer hatred and replace it in the people I'm faced with. Prison planet fanatics complain to the matrix while we're facing life in prison in the prison inside the matrix. We like Texas instruments programmed to be basic, cause the motherland was victim to a cultural rapist. So if murder for political freedom's the evidence, look in the Bible. Wasn't Moses a terrorist? And he was one of the greatest prophets that ever lived. The true freedom is not something enemies ever give. So what if I can make the Mississippi run red and the angel of death left every firstborn American dead? Did God's messenger be like the Unabomber or America's karma that'll rip through your body?
I live by, one day I might die by. Make my mom cry. Will this shit get worse for me? The CIA murdered me for talking in third degree in state of emergency. These words that I live by, one day I might die by. Make my mom cry. Will this shit get worse for me? The CIA murdered me for talking in third degree in state of emergency. Yeah, motherfucker. I guess you know. You guess I'm just a radical.
Fuck around with a nigga like me. Immortal technique. Psycho realms. 6 symphonies. East Coast, West Coast. Se ha acabado la mierda. Chop off your fucking head, nigga.
I guess you know. You guess I'm just a radical.
Invasion.
Okay. Let's go. Talk to him. Holla. Don't you get tired of hearing niggas say that shit all the time? Why don't you just shut the fuck up and rhyme?
Yeah. Used to run around getting my fight in the streets on. Back in the day, before Harlem had a green zone. What good is a good education with no direction? Like the right to vote with no one to vote for in an election. Like a gun with no bullets in the clip for protection. Like a crowd packed in the front without the midsection. Used to live robbing and stealing and being reckless. It took time for my mind to put the ghetto in perspective. I used to live in the back of a holding van. Used to be offbeat like the white girl shoulder dance. I wrote rhymes, acapella, no beat behind bars. Shed blood to make it like the story behind scars. I used to be a battle champion in the meanwhile. Before some of you little fuckers learn to freestyle. Prematurely see now, underground prima donnas. I was Oliver North.
never snitched, and that's backed by evidence I learned about watching you. Don't ever forget it, bitch, cause everybody knows how the government do. They never snitch on themselves, but they want you to snitch on you. Evolution from Australopithecus, primitive commercial shit to hardcore lyricists. Your wax is useless, rappers are dropping like Icarus. Technological revolution, nigga, picture this. What it was, but this is what it is now. Lyrical bullets packed to the top of the clip now. Treat it like a robbery, I'm shutting this shit down. Fellas, put your hands up and all the women strip down. That's not misogynist, you ostriches, cause I could just apocalypse. Talk politics to the populace, or challenge what the market is. With militant caucuses that'll snatch the spirit of hip-hop out the sarcophagus. This is the curse of Tutankhamun, I bring the drama on. I'm sinful, I eat you, broad daylight on Ramadan. Hip-hop reparations, now we taking back the Lucci. Don't tell me you spent it on coke like Danny Bonaducci. We tired of being on the outside, looking in, wondering what the fuck hip-hop would have been. This is what it is as opposed to what it used to be. And this is your corporate tax ID eulogy. Dominant species, the new breed that won't let you breathe. I'll make you die for what I believe. So we got nothing in common, there ain't no comparison. You got beef with niggas, I got beef with Aryans. White power Nazi, European Americans, rapping poverty pimps and fake vegetarians. The resurrection ripping a ball through the record section. Fight connection to the Chechen border for guerrilla lessons. Fuck a middleman distributor, I got a choice now. This ain't for you, what I got a grown man's voice now. Toured the country 4 times over, I'm older and wiser. Poisonous words, you find strychnine in my saliva. But this is what it is now. 50 caliber bullets, I don't need a clip now. Fuck your private jet, nigga, we shooting this shit down. Bomb Wall Street and make the stock market dip down. I told you what it was, but this is what it is now. If you the shit, nigga, I don't care about shit now. I play the role of Abraham,